All right, what up, LA? Happy Friday. Welcome into the show. DMAC, Doug McCain, and Reiter. That's me, Bill Reiter, presented by DTLA Law Group. On the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA sports. Accident or injury, visit calldowntown.com. You knew, and I knew, that DMAC was a beast, radio talent, Dodgers-Rams expert, funny guy, encyclopedia of sports knowledge, second best in the punt-offs. But what you didn't know is this dude can grind. So you basically got off the show on Wednesday, flew to New York on the late flight, on the red-eye, got up, did a bunch of networking for the show, talked to a bunch of people. You were your name on the marquee. You chased down Tom Brady. You listened to LeBron be LeBron. And then you got back on a flight yesterday, not even in New York for I don't know, 18 hours, less than that. And you landed at LAX at 2 a.m. this morning?
Yeah, we back, baby. We fired up. We ready to go for a Friday show.
Good.
You are right. Also, my favorite things, though.
Okay.
Dude comes up to me, named Sawyer, and was like, I watch you and Reiter from New Jersey on YouTube every single day. He's from LA, lives in New Jersey now, so we keep him locked in. We keep him tapped in to LA sports. So really cool to see love for this show all the way in New York. But yeah, you're absolutely right. So just I absolutely fumbled the Tom Brady situation.
No.
Absolutely fumbled a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to get a picture with the GOAT.
We're going to play. So in about 35 or 40 minutes, we're going to do the play-by-play. And we might throw the photo up.
Okay,
is what sources potentially
I'm devastated, bro. It was basically a 28-3 situation. I just choked it away.
How is this like Riz in person?
The Riz was great. He's like, "Hey, brother." He hit me with that.
Because you showed me the photos, and I'm just going to tell you, I don't want to do this, the bit before the bit. It looked like he was running away from you, just based on the sort of angle of the photos.
There was a sense of urgency. There was a sense of urgency to kind of get up the escalator away from me. But it was really cool. I mean, just a goat meeting a goat, you know. But yeah, no, it's good stuff. But yeah, didn't get that picture. I mean, geez.
All right, we're gonna hit it. We're gonna catch up on the trip. We're gonna talk about the bet that DMAC and I have. It's so close to fruition. I'm in an Argentina jersey today to celebrate. You're in a Dodgers jersey. He's been trying to get out of it, everybody. We'll talk about it in 35. Well, you made a pouty face. 35 or 40 minutes. If you want to put that, call us 855-97-LA-FAN, 855-97-LA-FAN. We're going to get into LeBron and all the things that he's been saying. We have a real Scooble and a real AD update for you. We'll do the heroes we always do. We're going to count down to training camp for the Rams and the Chargers and answer some of the questions that are pressing as we get ready for that to happen. Kurt Heelan's going to be on the show. We've got an AFC West preview. We've got the list. There's so much to get to, but we will start with a little Lakers offseason grades. I'm ready for this. They're not entirely done because Kuminga could still sort of be on the move. So maybe we'll do a not available. So is this like your Professor DMAC and I'm Professor Reiter?
Yeah, we're throwing out grades. I think we got hopefully some more we'll throw out because it doesn't feel like this season's completely over as far as the Lakers offseason moves, but they've made a ton of moves so far. It's time to throw out those grades, man.
All right, we are gonna assess. What would your professor name be? Would you be Professor D? Like the PD?
Professor D. Yeah, that works.
It's good, right?
Yeah.
I'd be a little more formal, like Professor Bell.
I'm Professor Reiter here.
Oh, I go last name?
Yes.
None of you will use my first name. Why did you make my voice like that? You went really high.
I was kind of actually getting a little like Bueller.
Yeah, you did.
Bueller.
I felt disrespect. All right, you ready?
You'd be like a AP Calc teacher. I'd be like a PE teacher.
Bro,
man.
I can't
Let's be honest.
I can't do
You'd be
math.
AP. Yeah.
No,
you're maths.
I'll be AP English.
Okay.
I did haiku in high school.
You are a writer, so that makes sense.
Since the day I was born.
Yep.
Told that joke once in a job interview with the New York Times.
That's amazing.
Never worked at the New York Times. He didn't laugh.
But you went out with a banger of a joke, though.
I did go out
with
with
the most important thing.
I have that story.
Yeah.
All right. So here we go. We'll start with Austin Reeves. So obviously Austin Reeves was already here, but as part of the offseason, they had to make a decision on whether or not to give him all the money. 4-year, $180 million deal. He did shave $5 million off to help the team. He's got a player option in year 4, which basically means it's a very player-friendly deal. If it goes really well for the Lakers and he's really great, they're going to have to pay him again after 3 years. If it doesn't go well, they are locked into this guy. Last year, 49, 36, 87 slash line. We know that he is Luka Doncic's good friend. We know that post-LeBron, you have to retain your talent. We know they were between a rock and a hard place. I will be very curious. You can go first, DMAC, on what grade you give the Austin Reeves signing.
I'm going to give the Austin Reeves signing a B+. I mean, you look at the production that he brings. I mean, he's a guy that can go 23, 5-5. He's continuing to get better. He's really gotten better every single year. As you mentioned, too, Luka made it clear he wanted Austin Reeves in purple and gold. I think it starts and ends right there. That's what he wanted. That's what he gets. You got to give your superstars that. But also, too, the Pistons were gearing up to make him a big offer. And when you look at his cap hold at $21 million, I don't think that this is a ridiculous deal. I like this deal. I go B+ on it. I really do.
I wrote all my grades down. I don't want to sound like I'm copying you here on DMAC and Reiter. I don't want to be the guy who's like, okay, this is Tom Brady's new best friend. I have to say the exact. I'm going to B+ as well.
You want B+?
Yeah, and the thing is, and let us just, like, for the record here, especially for you aggregators out there, as we on DMAC and Reiter on the new 97.1, the fan, the voice of LA sports, go through and grade the Lakers offseason. For you aggregators, we recognize we're not going to get everything right. This is kind of like a movie review, right? You go back to, remember Siskel and Ebert back in the day? You go look at, they got some right, they got some wrong. I think this is the hardest offseason as a long-time NBA person, DMAC, that I've had to grade in a long time, because I find the Lakers' moves to be very high upside and very, very low downside. The ceiling is high, but the floor, I think, is extraordinarily low. And so these grades could age poorly. I'm B+ as well, in part because I do think it's an overpay. I think the risk is very high. Had Austin Reeves signed the exact same deal with Detroit or Brooklyn, I would give them a much lower grade. I am going to factor into a curve of a kind here as Professor Reiter, because I don't think that Rob Pelinka had a lot of choice. You had to keep Luka Doncic happy. You do have some flexibility with the order that you sign Austin Reeves, because he's one of your own players, to make the cap work. And he did shave $5 million, not everything, but $5 million off the price to help facilitate some of the other moves that we're going to go with. So the fact that he's all in, the fact that you have to keep Luka happy, the fact that you can't let talent walk out the door, I think makes it a higher grade than if it was in a vacuum for me.
Yeah, so that's the biggest thing, is you got to protect the asset. I mean, the thing you could not let happen would be have Austin Reeves go to another team and you don't have an asset. And this is a guy that went from an undrafted player to a guy that's signing a big deal, a guy that, had he been healthy, he would have been an all-star. He would have made the all-star team, and the Lakers could say to themselves that they are bringing back a franchise cornerstone on a reasonable contract for the kind of production that he brings, and you love that. And the thing, too, is if it doesn't work out, big picture with Austin Reeves, but he emerges as a player, he's a tradable asset. I don't think that is the perfect scenario. I would love to see him be like almost like a Manu Ginobili for this team, in a perfect world where he's just a really, really good player on a team that wins championships.
I like that comp.
A lot would have to happen, right?
I like that
but
comp.
that would be the best case scenario.
You have pointed out accurately that he's been poor in the playoffs, and I have responded, I think also accurately, and you haven't argued with this. He was coming off an injury this past postseason, so in terms of like my confidence in him in the playoffs, jury's out. And I like the move. All right, the next one for me is the most important question mark out there, even more important than Austin Reeves. Walker Kessler. We know that, again, under duress, under pressure, Rob Pelinka, the guy that runs basketball operations for the Lakers, needed to build a team post-LeBron, and you have to keep Luka Doncic happy. Luka wanted a center. He wanted Walker Kessler. Kessler played, 5 games last year? He's 24. He's young. The sample sizes are small, but the data, when you look at the data defensively, is very encouraging. 4 years, $130 million, $32.5 million a year. Unprotected first-round pick in 31, unprotected first-round pick in 33, pick swaps in 28 and 30. I will tell you this, DMAC. You and I liked this in general when it happened. When I was going over this today, with the sobriety, the sober mind of post the breaking news, that's a very steep price.
It's a steep price. It absolutely is, but I kind of view it through the prism of you didn't have to give up a lot of draft capital to get Luka Doncic because of, thank you, Nico Harrison. Build him a statue in LA outside of crypto before we do that for LeBron, but also because you don't have many options. And Luka Doncic, he made it very clear that he wanted an upgrade at center. I'm not ready to call him an A center, an A-list center like it was reported that Luka Doncic wanted, but hey, is he a B-list center? I think, yeah, but I think that if he's a B-list center, I think Luka Doncic can elevate him
love
to
that.
being an A-list center. And I think that puts pressure on Luka. And I love the fact that it's the Lakers saying, okay, you gave us the shopping list, and we went out there and we got what you asked us for. Now it's incumbent upon you. Now you have got to take a Walker Kessler. Hopefully he stays healthy, and that's a concern I do have.
It's a fair one.
And it's definitely going to be hopefully something that corrects itself as he's with the Lakers. He signed the big contract. But let's be honest. Let's talk about what he is. He is a great offensive rebounder. He is a rim protector, and he's going to clean things up for Austin Reeves and for Luka Doncic. With Luka and LeBron and Austin Reeves, it felt like he had 3 quarterbacks and no offensive line. This, to me, is like getting an elite offensive lineman, but I think, too, there's a lot of upside. You don't really typically get players at this price that you feel like they could still level up a lot. You pair him with Luka Doncic, hopefully we see the best version of Walker Kessler. I think that he's going to make an all-star at some point in his career with the Lakers. I'm going to give this an A-. This
is weird.
Is that what you had?
Grade, yeah. That's why I wrote him down in advance.
I got A- because you had to make this move. I think there's a lot of upside there. Is he going to be elite? I think he could. I think he could win a Defensive Player of the Year award. I really do. Just looking deep into some of the analytics and what he looks like when he's on the court, I think that he's embracing being a Laker. Right? You want to be a part of this team long term, and hopefully he continues the lineage. Is he going to be Kareem? Probably not. Is he going to be Anthony Davis? Probably not either. But I do think, hey, could he have an impact like Pau Gasol in a perfect world? Who knows? Maybe he could.
Is he going to be Kareem? Probably not. This is what I'm worried about. I'm worried that I'm starting to drink the positivity Kool-Aid because I also went A-. And the thing about this is there is a world. You want me to take this DMAC and Reiter, 97.1 The Fan, grading the Lakers offseason. You're Professor D, and I'm Professor Reiter all the way to the analogy, just break it till it breaks.
Yeah.
I'm worried that we're going to find out in a year that Walker Kessler was using the equivalent of AI for his test, and he's a he's a C- student. That it may not happen. And I'll say this: I've seen Jovan around before. Obviously, Jovan is a big Lakers presence, media person, does a great podcast. He's really talented. He knows the Lakers inside out. We've said hi to each other at arenas. I've never actually talked to him. I just saw him. I talked to him. I bumped into him. He loves Walker Kessler, and his eyes lit up. And that gave me a little more confidence to go with this A-. And again, you have to do it. It has to happen. If he's not an all-star, if he's not a top 4 or 5, and the metrics say 2 or 3, defensive center in terms of rim protection, if Luka doesn't elevate him the way that you've laid out, and I think all of those things can happen, it's going to be a disaster. But I think it is a risk and a gamble. Young, small sample size, didn't play a lot of games last year, injury worries. I think it's a risk you had to take.
I totally agree. You had to take that risk, and it's not necessary. For Walker Kessler, it's almost like it was about making Luka trust you. And I think the trust level has to be higher for Luka and the Lakers, knowing, hey, I gave you a very specific operative, and you took advantage of that. Sometimes you got to overpay for that. I mean, sometimes, look, engagement rings, right? You overpay for the engagement ring because you want to make your girls have a bigger smile.
Did you ever pay for the engagement ring?
I did. I overdrafted on it,
You
and
did?
Yeah, it was bad. My credit score took a big hit, and
Okay.
but seriously,
But your love score went up.
But yeah, you put a big smile on, and she trusts you, and this and that. Like, to me, that's what this is
But
about
if
the
they
Lakers.
get divorced because he cheats on them by being
Divorces
bad.
happen. There's a world where this could not be a happy marriage. We know that, right? But I think it was worth the risk to make your biggest superstar happy.
We're aligned.
And you get a guy that could and should have a massive impact for you.
I think you're going to run away from this take if he's bad in 7 months. So I'm going to plant my flag there. I'm ready for the DMAC 180. I'm ready for the DMAC 180.
I've learned you can't run away from takes on this show because of how good our producer is and how good you are on timestamping anything that I said. So I could run away, but the evidence is already there, man.
Do you know how the expression when the cats are away, the mice will play?
Yeah.
When the hosts are away, Bursch will burst. We're going to get to that later. Bursch was like, I'm a stud.
Yeah,
I'm going to peacock. These feathers need to be seen. I'm going to fly. It's coming later on DMAC and Reiter. It's coming.
DMAC and Reiter and Bursch.
DMAC, no, Bursch and the other two. That's what he told me.
Bursch and some other dudes.
He sent me a crazy text this morning, and he's like, oh, sorry, that was meant for my wife. These fools don't know what's going to hit them.
Yo.
All right, it's DMAC and Reiter for now on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA Sports. It's Professor D and Professor Reiter going through Lakers offseason grades. We've both given the Austin Reeves move a B+. We've both given Walker Kessler an A-. Those are the two big ones. All right, Quentin Grimes, 4 years, $60 million, $15 a year, 45, 33, 84 slash line if you want it, 13 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists per game. Last year, where did you go on Grimes?
I went B on
God,
Grimes.
I did too.
Jeez.
Are you looking at these?
I'm not.
Don't stare at these,
I promise you. I think Quentin Grimes is a good signing, though. I really do.
I don't like my grades anymore.
Okay. You know what?
You can't change them.
No, because Grimes did some extra credit last minute, and I'm looking at it, and I'm going to upgrade it to a B+. I'll go upgrade to a B+. If I've got to look at the glass half full on some of these signings, I will, just because of the activity of it all. And you look at Grimes, and he has had really good moments. I mean, in a 28-game stretch with the Sixers, and I mean, you're talking about a 21.9 per game score, 4.5 assists, shooting 37.3% from three. Last year, those numbers went down because the role was reduced, but a 13.4 per game average, a 3.3 assists. I mean, there's production there. He's not afraid. He can clean up things defensively. So, I mean, I think this is the versatility and the two-way type of player that the Lakers needed to pursue. So I like this. I mean, I think Grimes is a high character grinder type player, a winning player on a good basketball team.
Look, I like the Grimes. I went B as you pretended to go B+ to try to
I upgraded.
It's fine. He's young. Everything you just said. This is not a different. There's not a huge ceiling. There's not a low floor. This is just a nice piece, a nice part of the equation. Next up is Mamu. Do you want to pronounce his name?
Yeah, Mamu. Here, wait.
Mama Kelashavi.
There you go. That
crushed it.
The Mamu mentality.
I went B+.
You went B+?
What'd you go?
I went B. I went solid B. I went solid B on Mamu. I think the talent is certainly there. He's someone that's not going to be a 30-plus per game guy, but still, I mean, what he does good is something this team has needed, and you need guys that can contribute defensively. He can score. He can fill it up. I think there'll be nights where he'll get hot and he can ride the hot hand and carry the offense. So I think it's a really, really solid signing. I think, too, after the fact, just the things that he's been saying makes you feel really, really good about it, too.
I'm with you, dude. So 2 reasons it's a B+, and I almost went A-. I might have judged a little harshly here. 2 things I love. 1, I'm going to go vibes. I do think post-LeBron, these guys liking each other, these guys being happy going to work, these guys feeling like they're all in for Luka Doncic and Doncic wanting these dudes. Mamu is a vibes guy. He's funny. He's cool. He's a fan favorite. The big thing, though, is you have to have shooters out there. And the defense for the Lakers needs to be improved. It's not going to be a top 5 D. This is not going to be a Lakers team that has a top 5 defense. Some of the ways you have to make that up in the math is hitting 3-point shots. You're going to have a lot of space, especially in the corners, because the way Luka's going to attack the rim, Kessler's going to get easy buckets. You're going to have some guys that have opportunities for 3-point shots. Mamu's a 39% 3-point shooter last season. I think those kind of stats are really important. Collins...
Yeah.
You got more?
Yeah, you need a guy that can open up those curtains, right, and pull bigs out of the paint. He can hit those threes.
Colin Sexton, 2-year, $19 million. I went A-. I'm a sucker for Colin Sexton.
I'll go B+ on Colin Sexton. Okay. I mean, he's the young bull. He's tenacious. He gets after. He's competitive. He can score. He can fill it up. I think that he is kind of one of those Malik Monk type, Lonnie Walker type players. Marcus Smart last year. I love the edge that he brings. I really, really do. Lakers fans, I think, are going to fall in love with Colin Sexton. I think he's going to be one of those guys that is a fan favorite, does the dirty work, can get hot in games. I think that this is the kind of edge player. There's a lot of nice guys on this team. A lot of nice guys. He's a guy who brings that edge. That's what I love about him.
I think of all of the secondary players, right? So I'm not including Austin Reeves. I'm not including Walker Kessler. I think he has the highest ceiling of any player they brought in other than maybe the guy they drafted, who we'll get to in a second. Colin Sexton had the potential to be, I thought, a superstar when he started his career in Cleveland. They had to make a choice at that position. They probably made the right choice, but neither of those guys are there now. And he's just sort of been lost at places that don't care about winning. Again, I'm going to go back to 3-point. Last year, the guy was almost a 50, 40, 90 player, which those of you that know, that is a historic level of greatness. Very few players have done it. 49, 40, 86. Is he a liability on defense? Yes. Does he have to work on the turnovers?
Yes. But this guy is offense. He is efficiency and offense. And whether it's on the second team or sometimes bleeding in with the main guys, I think he's going to be an injection of excellence at a low price without having to carry the load that these guys are going to really like having out there. All right, I know we got to go fast because now I got Bursch being like, this is my show. Don't go so slow here on DMAC and Reiter. Zaire Williams, 1 year, $3 million. I went straight A because the price is low, and defensively as a perimeter defender, there's a lot of sort of analytics to suggest he could be very effective to throw him on there and guard important players for whatever stretch you need him out there.
Based on the contract, I'll go A+. I think it's all upside. I think the talent's certainly there. I think that's a great pickup by the Lakers.
Kevon Looney, vet minimum, not even $4 million. Like it, B+, not a difference maker. He is the leader, not the leader. He's the veteran, sort of in the clubhouse, in the locker room. He's been around.
I'll go B-, man. I mean, there's a lot of hype around just his locker room presence. The bottom line, a very small roles, not a highly productive player in his time with the Warriors. He did play with Kuminga, so I think there is a positive there. But I'll go B-. I'm not very excited. He's a UCLA Bruin, so shout out to Kevon. But as far as him being a massive impact player for this team, you need backup centers and you need some depth, but not too high on Kevon Looney.
Jaden Hardy for me is not available. I'm not failing him, not giving him an A. I just need to see more from him.
So you incomplete?
I went incomplete.
Okay. I'll rock with a D- on that one.
I'm a D-?
Yeah, I just don't think he's going to be an impact player, not a good defender.
Okay.
I'm just not in on it.
I maybe be Professor Reiter and you're Professor D. You have the cool name, but you're the hard ass. Yeah, it turns out, man, we should hang out the other
Professor
guy.
D.
Took the wrong
You're
class.
getting a D in this class most likely.
I'm a sucker for good people. I'm a sucker for Scott Drews. Scott's a friend, but the coach at Baylor we had on the show, his loquaciousness, and I'm an idiot sucker for Summer League, even though I've covered it and I know it's meaningless. I went straight A+ on Cam Carr. I'm so excited about this, dude.
Me too. I'm over the moon. We got to start the fan group, the Cameron Carazies. Okay.
I swore. I was so excited.
So I'm going A+. The attitude, the performance, the upside, it's all there. His college coach was on this show, so he gets points for that. He's that dude, man. This could be the big wild card X factor. If he emerges and he becomes what they hope that Dalton Connect could have possibly been as far as that position, Carr could be one of the best steals in the draft. I think he has the potential to be that. He's that dude.
All right, Jonathan Kuminga, TBD, to be determined. I'm going to go A- if they land him in large part because they need this position to be filled.
Yeah, I'm going to go Kuminga. Yeah, I'll go A.
Kuminga, because it's an A.
Yeah, I'll go A for
I thought
Kuminga.
you mispronounced the name for a second. I didn't know what to do. I'm not going to lie. I wasn't sure
I'll
what
go
to
A
do.
for Jonathan Kuminga, man. I'm here for the upside, too. We got to take some risks here. We got to roll the dice here. We cannot be afraid. You got to go chase a championship.
I'm going to skip Matisse Thybulle because I just don't want to do it, and we're running out of time. LeBron James, what was his offseason from a Lakers perspective?
I think it's
Surprise you with this one.
I think it's a A for the Lakers to get past him. I really do. I think everything feels fresh and new again. It feels like just the cloud of the organization is gone. I think think about this. Clutch is gone. Rich Paul's gone. All of a sudden, Rob Pelinka is making all these moves. It feels like we have our Los Angeles Lakers backs. We're not the Los Angeles LeBroners anymore. We're the Los Angeles Lakers, not the Clutchers, the Lakers, man, and I love it.
DMAC and Reiter, the new 97.1, The Fan, the voice of LA Sports, 855-97 LA Fan. If you want to give some grade for the Lakers, or on the chat on YouTube at the Fan LA, at the Fan LA. I went sort of a weird, like a not available, expelled. I believe that he was expelled by the Lakers.
Expelled.
Yeah, he was expelled. He basically was like, I got an A, but I'm out. And they're like, no, that's cute. That's sweet. You go somewhere else.
I feel like he got mad at the teachers, and his parents were like, oh, we're taking LeBron to another school. We're changing schools. We don't want to be in this school district anymore. I think he was like one of those rich kids who's like, I'm going to a different private school because I don't like the grade that I was getting.
All right, we gotta go fast? Bursch is like, hurry up. It's my show. You can give the same grade. You tell me if it's a different grading or the same answer. Rob Pelinka / overall grade.
I'm going to give Rob Pelinka an A. For the resources that he had, what he had to work with, to me, Rob Pelinka feels like he pushed all of his chips in the middle of the table, and if this hand loses, the next GM is going to inherit an empty stack, right? So I think he's put himself in that position to do that. He's like that homeowner that's just refinanced, maxed all the credit cards out, took out a second mortgage. Like, dude's all in, and I think that's a smart move from his standpoint.
That's why I'm giving Pelinka an A, and I'm giving the overall Lakers grade a B+. To your exact point, Pelinka did a great job spending someone else's money to try to save himself. The jury is out. I'm cautiously optimistic it's all going to work, but the cautious is as much or more a factor as the optimism. It's DMAC and Reiter, the new 97.1. The Fan. So ultimately, you went A, and I went B+.
Yeah.
On this offseason.
I'll go A.
It's exciting.
LA, man. Hey.
L.A.
You got to work with
Plus.
what you have. And let's not forget, you already got the hardest thing to do is to get that top 3 player, to have that superstar. You got the sun. You just got to get all the planets that orbit around him, and they're working on those planets this offseason. So I'm all in, man.
I love that. You know what's also hard to get? A top-tier pitcher from the Detroit Tigers. And there's some news about why maybe the Dodgers actually won't do that. We'll get to that next. DMAC and Reiter.
How about things changed?
Yeah. Things sure did change. The truth. All right, so you like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of?
I loved it.
A little bit. DMAC and Reiter here on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA sports. Our friend, or my friend, are you friends with Ken Rosenthal?
I've talked to him a couple times.
You
I wouldn't
have for a long
call
time. No, you
him
have, yeah.
a friend, but yeah, he's nice.
Buddy of mine, person that, do you want to do a bet involving him too?
I think we should. We should do bets on all these insiders so I could be embarrassed.
Okay. Ken Rosenthal was on foul territory with Alana Rizzo. Is that right? Was he with Alana Rizzo? You know Alana from the Dodgers days.
Yeah, Alana's awesome.
She's amazing. And he gave the latest update on Tarek Skubal.
Will the Tigers move him? I would say the odds right now are considerably less than they were on June 1st. Remember on June 1st, and I wrote about this, and I basically conceded the trade was going to happen at that point, and it looks now that I might have been wrong. It just seems to me, unless the Tigers outright collapse, that they're going to be inclined to keep Skubal and go for it. And why not? They're in a league in which if they get hot and maybe add pieces, they can be the league champion and maybe even the World Series champion.
That is... Here's my thing, right? And you kind of give me your view, because I understand that Detroit's best interest is probably to trade Skubal, regardless of... Unless they go on some crazy tear between now and the deadline. And the Shohei Ohtani Angels debacle, the fact that the Angels did not extract the kind of value they could have, and Ohtani left anyway, I think is the perfect reality. But and I say this a lot. I'm sorry if it's repetitious here on DMAC and Reiter, on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA sports. GMs operate in their best interest, not the interest of their teams. Most people operate to try to not get fired if they feel like they're going to get fired. This Tigers team, DMAC, as you know, has their highest payroll in club history. The American League, well, certainly their division isn't particularly impressive. And I think that the combination of that GM, that front office going, man, how do I explain to the owner that I spent all this money just to trade Skubal away, coupled with how I think you can trick yourself, and there's some reality here, but I think you can convince yourself if we play well, and if we have Skubal, we can. If you have Skubal, if you roll them out there in series, like you can win those are games you can beat anybody in the world. We'll just let the dice roll. That, I think, would be my worry if you're the Dodgers, is that the combination of the pressure on the front office to justify the roster they put together and the belief that they can win a series if they get there because they have Skubal might be enough for Detroit to make the mistake of hanging on to this guy.
And you're absolutely right there. I think that is the biggest mistake, and I think this would be a catastrophic mistake by the Detroit Tigers. The Tigers are treating Tarek Skubal like he's a precious family heirloom, right? Something they never want to give up. They have to be viewing him as a lottery ticket to cash in on him because he's a Lamborghini in Detroit that if you sell that Lamborghini, you could get a whole fleet of Lamborghinis down the line. And if you're not going to compete for a World Series title, which sure, in a perfect world, the Detroit Tigers could continue the momentum that they've started, and since June 1st, they have been one of the best teams in Major League Baseball. But do you really think if you're Detroit that you're going to come out of the American League, potentially face the Dodgers, and beat the Dodgers? So my point there is that anything other than a World Series, I still think would be a failure. I think if you keep Skubal and you get to the World Series, it's not good enough.
Agree. Especially because he's not staying in Detroit. Right?
Yeah, that's the number one thing.
He's walking, dude.
He's gone.
He is, as it relates to his level of importance to a team and his certainty of an exit, he is Ohtani from several seasons ago. He's not going to be there. Can I also, as I'm guessing here, but here on DMAC and Reiter, on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA sports, can I contextualize what I'm hearing from Rosenthal? Because having been an NBA insider, I wasn't as good as my job as Ken is at his job, but having done that job, when you're having these conversations like he just had with Alana Rizzo on foul territory, you're almost always, you are talking to sources who are giving you a sense of where they are, which is different than you can report this. You're expressing it as your own sort of opinion or guesswork, but you're not just guessing. You've talked to people. And Rosenthal, I think, DMAC, saying, I've changed my mind. I thought they would trade him and probably to the Dodgers. Now I think they'll probably not because of these factors. I am 100% convinced is his way of saying the Tigers were convinced they were going to have to sell him, and now they have won enough games that they have talked themselves into not doing that.
I think that's spot on. I think that's absolutely the way you could read it for sure. I also listened to the words he said there and said, oh, my opinion has changed, right? And Couple of weeks, things are different because of how well the Tigers have played, and everyone thinks they have a chance. There's this renewed level of optimism that they have in Detroit, but as you pointed out, Shohei Ohtani, not trading him was an absolute mistake. And here's the thing. When they decided to keep Shohei Ohtani a couple years ago in 2023, they made all those moves at the deadline, and then they end up trading those players. Artie Moreno basically flipped the board on the Monopoly board and said, look, I'm done. So there was a point where it looked like they had a chance to compete. You look at when Juan Soto was traded to the Padres. The Padres, they made an offseason move to trade him to the Yankees. Guys have to take advantage, especially, too, if you're a Detroit team that has zero chance of signing Tarek Skubal. I remember talking to Scott Boras in Orlando about Skubal, and one thing he told me was Tarek Skubal wants to compete at the highest level under the brightest lights. He wants to win World Series titles, and there were reports that they're $80 million off any type of extension talk. So if there's zero chance you're going to re-sign him, a minimal chance you're going to win the World Series, if they don't trade him, they are going to set that franchise back maybe 5 to 10 years. They basically have a Picasso painting inside of a trailer park home, and you have a chance to sell that painting, build a nice house, start a new future, trade him to the Dodgers. Sorry.
I like it. Baseball coverage I love it. Baseball coverage, hit me.
I'm desperate. I don't want to look. I've been building this thing up for a long time.
You have.
And I'm terrified that after August 30th, he's going to be on the Tigers.
To your exact point, baseball coverage on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA Sports, is presented by Xfinity. Score the most reliable Wi-Fi, one price, 5 years guaranteed. Xfinity, imagine that. To your exact point, dude, there's a report that was out in the last 24 hours or a credible one, that the Tigers might become buyers and not sellers at the deadline, which is the same way of saying their desperation, the need of that front office to justify to the owner the money they've spent. It can become self-fulfilling. You can go from maybe we can keep Skubal to we're going to go and we're going to buy, and then you do what the Angels did. You give away your future. Can I give one pause? Oh, hit me.
No, I just want to build on what you were saying about the trades and not taking advantage of it. 2023, that Angels team, you went after Lucas Giolito. You got Reynaldo Lopez. You got C.J. Crone. You got Randall Grichuk.
And they lost games,
They lost,
right?
and they were terrible.
They
didn't compete. It was a massive, massive mistake.
I'm going to do a silver lining for Dodgers fans. And I'm not a silver lining kind of guy. So I believe this 50%, right? Kind of 50%. But I was thinking about this on the drive over today here on DMAC and Reiter on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA Sports. The bad side of the Tigers being delusional and thinking that they can make it work now. And to Rosenthal's point, the fact that they've been a pretty good baseball team since I think June 1st is the stat that he gave. And then I think because once you start to gamble money you can't afford to lose, I've been to Vegas enough to see this, you start to gamble way too much. The idea that now they're going to be buyers. The bad news for the Dodgers, obviously, you can't go get Skubal with one of the best farm systems in baseball, and this opportunity for Andrew Friedman and company and Dodgers lovers like yourself to have not a lock, but much more of a lock at trying to get a third straight world championship. Here's the good news. I do think in a world where the Tigers, DMAC, do the right thing and just understand Skubal's gone and they're not good enough and they move on from him, I do think there's a world where Milwaukee operates correctly the way Detroit, Kenny told us, might be operating incorrectly, which is to say they go, okay, our future is not guaranteed. We have to be careful what we give away. But we, the Brewers, actually have a window. We actually can win. And if we get Skubal, we can go toe-to-toe against even the Dodgers and certainly the Braves. And Milwaukee goes out, and they have the best farm system in baseball, and they spend more than the Dodgers are willing to do, or another team. So Skubal not being available, it prevents the Dodgers, the likely team to land him, but it also prevents if you take Skubal off the board, the Dodgers are clear favorites. If you put Skubal on the board, and by some long shot, he goes to a National League team that's not the Dodgers, it's a huge problem for LA.
You're absolutely right. I mean, he is the one needle-moving player that could impact World Series odds, especially if it's a National League team that's going to face the Dodgers, especially if it takes place early in a postseason series. So, I mean, there's a couple ways you look at this, too, is that if this is the case, the best case scenario for the Dodgers is, one, you trade for an elite Tarek Skubal that takes you over the top and helps you win a third straight title. But the second best scenario is he stays in Detroit and doesn't go to a team like the Brewers or a team like the Braves or a team that could really, really use him. I mean, the Rays. I mean, there's a lot of teams that could benefit from a Tarek Skubal. So really, they're not letting that shark out in the ocean. He's staying in the aquarium in Detroit, and you're not having to worry about facing him unless it's in the World Series. And if you did face him in the World Series, you would still like the Dodgers' chances. My read on the Rosenthal thing is, I mean, to kind of build on the Katie Wu report, we kind of were talking about a couple weeks ago how the Dodgers want to replenish the farm system and kind of focus on that. And then if the word's out there that, oh, that's where the Dodgers are at, and now Ken Rosenthal saying that the Tigers are making it known that we're not trading Skubal, maybe the Dodgers are like, okay, sure, we'll see about that. But when Andrew Friedman sees his phone, it's a 313 area code when it's close to August 3rd, and it's Scott Harris, the president of baseball operations from Detroit, maybe he kind of calls his bluff, and maybe they start to get those negotiations down.
You should be the hero of the day, having just turned 2 credible reports that Skubal may not be a Dodger into here's why Skubal will be a Dodger. You know what? It's
Spin
the hope,
cycle.
It's the hope that kills you. It's also the hope that fires you up, and I love everything about that.
I'll
here
die on this
the
hill.
new 97 on the
Skubal to
fan,
the
boys
Dodgers.
Sports,
Please.
yelling words. All right, hero, DMAC and Reiter, hero of the day. It's going to be great. It's going to be marvelous. There'll be some heroics, and I'm also going to have some shots fired as part of my nominees next on DMAC and Reiter. by DTLA Law Group on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA sports. Accident or injury, visit calldowntown.com. That's calldowntown.com. I am a moron. I lost my charger. I complained about it the whole day. Then I found it basically in my microphone case, and then I lost it on the way between here and the studio. What is wrong with me? My wife makes
Where
fun
is
of
it?
me.
You need to maybe we can get a little Apple tag just for the charger.
You know what? I feel like Robert Manfred with Shohei Ohtani.
Oh,
I had him. I lost him.
oh,
Okay.
hope you can find him again.
At least they're going to drain his knee. Oh, they're not. They didn't drain his knee. The All-Star game's over.
God.
Just kidding. That's crazy business, dude.
That is crazy business, and
He's pitching Wednesday.
he's going to pitch Wednesday. That makes sense. That's we kind of talked about using
Especially
those
since
off
his knee wasn't
days.
drained.
He did get the injection though. I still think the
come
knee
on.
is the knee's not
Come
at
on.
100%, and
It's baloney.
it's not
Just
baloney.
say the words. You were right, Bill. I was wrong. It happens. a
Oh,
lot.
so you're trying to take the victory lap on the All-Star game thing?
I'm taking the truth lap.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
remember when I said he's not actually injured? This I don't even believe it. You're like, your argument was they're draining his knee. What is wrong with you? I'm like, I don't. But he's fine. You remember
Look, this is a point for you. I'll give you that one.
All right.
I'll give you the scoreboard. Bill 1, DMAC 0 on the Ohtani knee draining situation.
Do you want to know? Do you know who always wins points?
Who?
People who listen to the DMAC and Reiter.
Bang!
Hero of the day.
Yeah.
Here's how it works. Every show, right here, DMAC and I nominate several heroic nominees in the world of sports here in Southern California and beyond. Bursch, often Sammy, she's off today. Bursch will narrow it down to 4. Probably narrowed down himself 4 times based on what we've heard. And you can you decide the winner. You, the listener, at the Fan LA.
Bang.
On the old stream on YouTube. What do you got?
I'm going East Coast DMAC and Reiter fans.
Okay.
East Coast DMAC and Reiter fans, and I've got a lot of people talking about how much they love the show, listen to the show. Means a lot to me. The movement is real. The people have spoken, and it's great to see. So I want to give my guy Sawyer a shout out for rocking with us on the East Coast, baby.
It's funny you say that because Bursch and I might have looked at some of the podcast info.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of East Coast subscribers.
Really?
Yeah.
That's what happens, baby. Coast to
Go.
coast.
Okay. I was going to say what you said. I don't want to steal it. Speaking of Bursch, Bursch decided to channel his inner, host. We were gone yesterday, and Bursch went full hot take artist, radio host extraordinaire, peacocking in this magical moment.
Again, the 2 biggest question marks for me, obviously injuries as a whole, but if we're just breaking it down, the injuries I'm most keeping an eye on are going to be Shohei Ohtani and Will Smith because of what is happening here with Dalton Rushing. Bursch, I'll ask you, my friend, biggest question marks as the Dodgers enter the second half.
For me, I think it's Kyle Tucker.
I love it.
Because obviously this first half has been rough. Woo. This is a man making $60 million a year. He's too good to just be this player for the entire season. There are moments over the last month where he's actually started to loosen up.
Yeah.
And he was able to produce offensively. My biggest question mark is what are we going to see from Kyle Tucker in the second half? Because it should be a player who at least resembles his previous self.
And when I came in today, I got a note from Ryan in advance said, "I'm a star. Watch yourself." Also, I know about that because Bursch tweeted out his take.
Hey, man.
I like it.
Man, hey, I was trying to get a picture with Tom Brady. I got to go with Bursch. That's more valuable, more special.
I'm nominating Bursch's take. Also, like it's very anti Kyle Tucker. You're up.
Yeah, no, I was going to nominate Kyle Tucker.
Okay.
Because Kyle Tucker was supposed to do his autograph session for Fanatics at a booth, and I went to it. I noticed he wasn't at his autograph stand. I don't know why
God, dude,
I
that's
didn't
a great
see
joke.
Kyle Tucker there. I was like, where's Kyle Tucker? Not at his locker, not at his locker. Of course, I'm only playing internets.
Aggregated.
I'm only messing
Aggregating
around.
right
I'm
now.
just kidding. He's going to have his today. And I think to build on that, to Bursch's point, Kyle Tucker has shown those signs. He has had those flashes. He's too good. He's been too good for too long to be this bad for this long.
You just said to Bursch's point. It's amazing. Bursch did it. Bursch did it.
Look.
That's right. I'll take it over.
Aggregate
It's my
Bursch.
show.
I'm gonna do 2. Are you a M. Night Shyamalan fan?
Yeah, some.
Okay, so I like Unbreakable, and the Bruce Willis character and the Samuel Jackson character, right? The 2 opposites that have to exist together according to the villain of the film. this is true here too. I'm going to both nominate the truth tellers of the world, those who try to see through the Dodgers' silliness about Shohei Ohtani's knee, and also the spin doctors of the Dodger spin doctors, who pretended Ohtani was injured, who pretended he wasn't fine, who made it seem like he couldn't play in the All-Star game, who said his knee was going to be drained, and then lo and behold, where are we at? 2 days, 3 days after the All-Star game? Just kidding. He's going to be fine. He's the DH today. He's pitching Wednesday, and he didn't have his knee drained. So the liars and the truth tellers. The spin doctors, and the truth tellers.
Hey, look, they might have thought, let's go with the injection. I mean,
They didn't drain his knee. They
This
said
whole-
it was all predicated on the knee draining.
maybe the soreness, the inflammation went down a little bit. Maybe that he came out of a start. But you're right. Great news either way. But by the way,
Dude, hit me.
whatever Dave Roberts, whatever the Dodgers are talking about when it comes to injury reports, get used to it. You just whatever the opposite thing is, it probably will become true at
It's
times.
an amazing.
Okay?
I like
Yeah.
it. It's an amazing okie dokie. I don't want Shohei Ohtani at the All-Star game, but it's a lie, dude.
Yeah, you'll get convenient live for sure.
It's a great
yeah,
one. Yeah.
Exactly. I am
Yeah.
not against you on this one, man. Trust me.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going Tom Brady. TB12.
This is funny.
Tom Brady got a chance to see the GOAT of all GOATs in New York. And honestly, the reason why I'm giving it to him is, dude, he was so cool with fans. He was taking pictures. He was just out there and with the people. And the thing about Tom Brady is, look, he's evolved to the superstar quarterback. Now he's in the broadcast booth, does a great job for Fox, and then now he's taking over with the Raiders. And Tom Brady, man, just getting some fist bumps, some knucks from him, and having him call Shohei Ohtani the GOAT, basically. We'll talk about it. But yeah, Tom Brady, dude, it pretty awesome stuff. I'm hoping that I get the same effect that Messi had to your son when he touched your son. He went on this really nice run with goals.
He did.
I'm going to try to see if I can throw a football today and see if I can crank like 6 yards down the line, go TB12,
Dude,
Psycho
look at this
Tom.
picture of you.
There,
You're barely
there,
hitting.
look at that. No, that's a great picture. Look at it. It's me
The
and
body
Tom Brady.
language. The body language is you, and I respect this. Being basically, we did it. And Tom Brady, he won't make. Look at his. He won't look. He's looking down. He won't make eye
There's more.
contact.
But you picked the worst one.
See his security guard's left arm coming up between the two of you. There's a lot
I
happening
absolutely blew it on a major scale. You got Tom Brady with the GOAT, DMAC. Oh wait, no, you got DMAC with the
Oh
GOAT,
my
Tom
God!
Brady.
There's another security guard
40.
looking right at your camera.
Oh yeah,
as if to say,
yeah.
I
They were
will
like,
break you
"What?
in half
They're like,
if you make a move for
what is going
overtime."
on in that situation for sure?"
Folks, what you can't see if you're listening on the radio on 97.1 at all, and what you still can't see if you're watching on YouTube on the stream, is the fact that there are 17 other photos that DMAC sent of him basically blurrily chasing Tom Brady as Brady is clearly
I
trying
choked.
to run away. I love everything about it. Speaking of, are you okay?
I choked.
Yeah, no, you did.
Like the Falcons.
No, you did it. You got it done. Speaking of Fanatics, where you were pressing the flash, where you're doing great work. LeBron had a lot to say there, and DMAC was there for it. So give us a real vibe check next here on DMAC and Reiter.
It's a vibe. There definitely is a lot of people that are there just to basically get as close to athletes as they can, right? You got Boost and a lot of people signing. Fernando Mendoza was there yesterday. They had the real Heisman Trophy there, the National Championship Trophy.
That's cool.
It does feel like it's basically Sportscella, right? Or like Sports Comic-Con. But I will say it's a major East Coast flavor. Like, I would say if I had to rank the jerseys, there was probably like 57% Jalen Brunson jerseys and the rest other like he
Is
was
it
so
always in New York?
I believe it is. I think it's like the third or fourth year.
You should get it to LA.
Yeah, that's what they need. That's what I was saying. Is give me an LA fanatics, but it was pretty cool. I mean, LeBron James and Tom Brady, those are big stars. Kevin Hart was out there. There's a lot of stuff to do. Like they have like these basketball courts and these hockey goals and like people doing live podcasts. I'm on Ross St. Brown.
Doug McKay was there.
My man, yeah,
That's real.
Yeah, I was there. I was out there.
Name under the lights.
Yeah, it was good. No, it
We're
was
on the
funny.
same marquee as LeBron and Brady?
It was the funniest thing. I was like, the schedule was LeBron James, Tyrese Halliburton, Tom Brady, Kevin Hart, Doug McCain,
Yeah,
and
baby.
Joe's from Chomboy. So I was pretty stoked to see that.
Your star.
It's got to be pretty awesome for those guys, too, to be on the same marquee as me.
Yeah, no, they were excited. It's the first
They're
time.
like, who's that dude?
This is great. LeBron.
One of these days, though, it would be so sick. You know what's my biggest takeaway from the whole thing was?
Talk to me.
I'm dead serious. Was walking around there thinking, like, one day, me and Bill and I are going to be out there with the people doing a show live, and we're going to have all of our fans there, and people are going to know all the inside jokes.
Both of them?
Yeah. They're all. It's going to be crazy. Like, they're like, Bill, cut your hair. Like, it's going to be nuts. Like, it's going to be a vibe. Like, I guarantee you one day we'll be doing live shows at Fanatics Fest and doing crazy stuff and having the big turnout because you're real. When you get like one fan that shows out to those, it's like 50 fans, right?
Yes.
They're hardcore. They know
Yes.
every line. They know everything about you. Yeah, it was crazy stuff.
One of the things I'm really excited about here on DMAC and Reiter on the new 97.1, the fan, the voice of LA Sports, in this segment right now is that we're about to have a role reversal because I am a huge believer that when you are actually reporting something, when you're on the scene, when you see someone, when you're in person, you pick up nuances and just sort of like vibes and how things come off in a way that you can on camera. And one of the things about covering LeBron that's really frustrated me, DMAC, as it relates to other people's responses, is that LeBron, you can really get a sense for what LeBron is saying or if he's being corny or if he's being authentic when you're in person. And so we're going to go through these LeBron James sort of comments from Fanatics, but you were there for some of these. Because
I was.
Split into 2
Yep.
days. And I'll just be curious, your rendering of this, because when you're in person around LeBron, you get the most sort of accurate view of it, I think, and it can be distorted sometimes if you're not around. All right, here is LeBron at Fanatics Fest yesterday with Doug McCain also there, taking a question from a young fan on LeBron's free agency.
How do you feel about being in free agency, and what do you want to do in your next team, and how do you want to develop it as a better team?
First of all, that was a hell of a question. And some of the media people in here probably should learn from you, young fella. So how do I feel about free agency? Obviously, it's a big decision. This is the third time in my career that I've been a free agent. It's a big decision for not only myself, but for my family as well, and just for the last part of my career and where I want to spend the last few years or the last year or the last 2 years of my NBA career. So wherever I go, Elon, I will make my staple on I'm a natural born leader. I'm going to try to fit into whatever team I'm going into, but also, give them all the tools and give them all the knowledge that I've been able to, grasp over the last 23 years. I know the game. I know the ins and outs about the game of basketball. And wherever I land, I hope that you support me and I can continue to inspire you, all right?
All right, so DMAC, one thing I've learned in my life is that anytime someone has told me that they're a genius, they're usually not a genius. Maybe that doesn't apply to being a natural born leader. Maybe that has to be spoken out loud after 20-some years in the league. I'm very curious in person what that was like.
So it definitely felt like it was LeBron State TV. It felt like LeBron still felt like he was the main character of the NBA, and the rest of the NBA is just a supporting cast. Like, that's how it felt like to me. And what really resonated with me was LeBron's not chasing the ghost of Michael Jordan. He's chasing the ghost of LeBron. Like, he wants to be what LeBron used to be, right? He almost wants this to be the decision part one, the decision part two. The truth is, It's a 41-year-old LeBron who's averaging 26 and 5, whatever it may be. He's not that same MVP player, but he wanted the buzz to feel like it was. He wanted it to feel almost like this WWE level event where he came out there and they played the Stone Cold Steve Austin music and the glass breaks and he rips off his shirt and he's wearing like a Warriors jersey or something like that, because my man, Bill, he was doing crowd work. LeBron was doing crowd work. He was like, oh, that fan saying Phillies, that fan saying Philly, that fan there saying the Warriors, oh, that fan out there saying the Heat, oh, my man right there wants me to join the Yankees, and he had the biggest smile on his face.
This is what I've been saying. I love this because I've been telling people, and they think I'm just being a hater, his need for adulation, his need for attention, it's real. And by the way, when you're a basketball player and you feed off of that, great, like amazing. If that's part of what makes you score 39 points in a closeout game, I'm here for it. Some actors are egomaniacs, but the crowd and the love makes them an artist. I understand. But it also makes you insufferable. And unlike, say, being on stage, a basketball player is a teammate, and teammates in this sport have to be together for months and months and months. And as I listened to this, and when you gave me your rendering off the air today, which you just said on the air here on DMAC and Reiter, I thought what I'm hearing from LeBron at Fanatics Fest yesterday is that it's a mercy for the Lakers that he's not there. That his need for attention, to be the center of attention, to have the adulation, was never going to be met by a Luka first Lakers, and that was always going to be a problem. And in fairness to LeBron, he did, again, at Fanatics Fest yesterday, he did shout out the Lakers and Jeannie Buss.
Shout out, my former team. I spent 8 great years with the Los Angeles Lakers, one of the most historical franchises in the world. Shout out to Jeannie Buss, the whole Buss family, Ron Pelinka, everybody, all the coaches that I played for there, all my teammates. That was an unbelievable ride, and I'm just looking forward to what holds next as I wind down the final stages of my journey. So wherever I land in the fall, hopefully, you're riding down LeBron fan. If you've been down with me since day one, everybody there. If you're riding out LeBron hater, that's what you do anyway. So looking forward to seeing you as well. It's gonna be pretty fun. It's gonna be pretty fun wherever I land. I'm gonna do what I do best.
All right, that's pretty corny. He also DMAC as part of sort of his time at Fanatics. This was today, and I think these things are linked. The ride or die, love me or hate me. He also made a comment that had Sixers fans today at Fanatics Fest going crazy.
I want to join a franchise that kind of shares the same model as myself, and that's like practicing championship habits every day, but trusting the process more than anything. I think when you trust the process of actually getting to that point.
That wasn't no hit. That wasn't no hit. Hold on. Y'all calm down.
I mean, all right, let me just... Dude. You were there yesterday. You weren't there today. You're obviously here. I will say this, and I probably said this on the show, but having covered the guy, he is so smart. He is so aware of every word that he uses and his ability. You know how, is it Magneto who can bend metal?
Yeah.
In the X-Men?
Magneto, yeah.
Magneto.
Yeah.
Did I wrong? I should know that. I like that show. But I don't read the comics. Magneto can bend. LeBron James has this, he knows he has a similar superpower. His words can bend the physics of the sports media world around him, and he knows how to manipulate those words. He knows how to utilize a microphone. Everything he says is strategic. A lot of times the strategy is just look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me. I'm not sure that it means that he's going to be a Sixer, but he said that on purpose.
It felt extremely calculated. I think, too, Bill, that was my other takeaway, was the crowd, I would say, look, it's LeBron James. He's arguably the best player of all time. There's always going to be a buzz if LeBron James is on a stage. But after he started talking, I mean, people just had their phones out. And you know what crossed my mind? It was like, I was thinking? I was like, Jalen Brunson's here, right? If Jalen Brunson went on that stage, that place would have lost their mind. Like, it would have been absolute chaos if Jalen Brunson went on that stage. And LeBron was there, which is like, he kept mentioning the Knicks and this and that, and it almost felt like he was using this free agency and this buzz to kind of maybe upstage what the Knicks had done and this and that. LeBron came off to me as a guy who would propose to his girl at his best friend's wedding. Right? Like a guy that's like, hey, the attention's mine. I know New York, this Brunson city, this and that, but I am going to get the spotlight. On the stage, it almost felt like the attention was like that's how he charges up or something, right? Like that's his battery life is I need the NBA world, at least for one more free agency, to be focused on me. We're doing something later on vacations, right? And I was thinking to myself, I've been to Rome, I've been to Italy, and I think LeBron treats the spotlight like Julius Caesar treated Rome. He wants all roads leading back to him. He wants the entire NBA world, at least for one more time, to be on his beck and call, just absolutely waiting to see where he's going to go. And I think LeBron is going to miss this. I think he knows that this is the last time he's going to get this level of attention, and he's doing every single thing he can to basically hijack the offseason for the NBA.
What you just said, DMAC, about LeBron James being the sports equivalent of the best friend, the best man proposing to his girlfriend at his buddy's wedding is everything about LeBron that I've ever covered. And by the way, I know I say this all the time here on DMAC and Reiter on 97.1, The Fan, the voice of LA sports, as somebody who's covered LeBron. LeBron is nuanced, and no one hears LeBron in conversations with nuance. He is also a great best friend. So it's one of those things where your analogy's spot on. He's a great guy. He's a great best friend. He'll support that guy to the day he dies, and then he'll steal all the attention. The best friend will love him. The bride will hate him, and the parents will be divided. He's just a complicated guy. Here's the L.A. portion of this, because we are a sports talk radio station, the only one on the FM dial in Southern California. You can also stream us on YouTube at the Fan LA, that really wants, and I'll speak for our show, right, because we can speak for our show, but I know all the shows. We want to speak for you, LA. We want to speak to you. We want to talk about what you care about. The reason this story matters, on top of the fact it's fun to listen to LeBron sort of do this sometimes, the LA part of this story is there is an open question. There was an open question. There remains, I think, an open frustration. What if LeBron had come back? Could it have worked with this team with LeBron? And now that we know he'll take a vet minimum, clearly, because teams are filling out their rosters, the Lakers could have done that. What LeBron is telling you, and the LA part of this, even though all the way from New York, the LA story here is LeBron isn't able to share the spotlight. He is, as DMAC just said, a guy, even at someone else's wedding, even at Luka's moment, even at Luka's party, has to be me. Some people can accept that. Luka Doncic cannot and will not. Some people are okay with that. Luka Doncic is not. At some weddings, the best man can maybe propose, and you can kind of get through it. That is not true for this upcoming Lakers team for a variety of reasons. And so, as everybody across the country talks about this story and about LeBron and his need for attention and signaling to the Sixers and signaling to everybody else, he's telling LA that he needed to go, that he would never have made it work, that he would have been disruptive, and that his basketball greatness, and it's still there, was finally overridden by the other parts about LeBron that aren't as awesome.
Yeah, Bill, it's so crazy to say that, because when I was standing there watching LeBron do his thing, he had the wine, he was chilling, it was really good vibes. Like, he was very relaxed. He was enjoying every second of it. He loved all the attention he was getting. We saw JJ Redick go through the crowd. He was wearing a hat, kind of didn't look that happy, right? Just kind of walking through the crowd. No one really noticed him because he was kind of playing it low key. I was thinking to myself, to your point, is LeBron just leaving the Lakers just for the simple fact that he knows that if he had tried to go to the organization and say, hey, I want to make it work out on a vet minimum because I think that would give me the best chance to compete for a title, knowing how good Luka Doncic is and JJ Redick is my guy. But did LeBron leave just for the simple fact that he was not going to be the guy on this team? And also, too, that it's just not as interesting because he'd be coming back to the Lakers versus opening up like he's some five-star recruit with the hats on the table saying, I'm going to go to this team, that team, this thing. This almost feels like this was just LeBron trying to find something exciting at the end of his career when going back to the Lakers could have made some sense if he fought for that.
I think that's it. And I think it's sort of the two ends of the same coin. I was thinking about this the other day. I think it's possible that LeBron James was never going to come back because they didn't want him. And if you're Luka Doncic, and if you've been around LeBron for a year, you know the old expression, never meet your heroes? You meet LeBron, and it's, oh man, this guy's different in person to play with as a teammate than he was as a guy to say hi to after a game. And you are, Luka, realize I don't want to be around this guy. Luka doesn't need to be the center of attention. Luka doesn't need to throw his power around. Luka doesn't want to be the guy that's attributed with getting rid of LeBron James. All speculation here on DMAC and Reiter. But if Luka came to the decision, I don't want the guy here, the way you navigate that, and with the Dodgers and the Guggenheim Group now owning the Lakers and that not being a genie bus operation that's easier to pull off, you communicate that to Pelinka, or you maybe, honestly, it might even be like at a Walter level. You just, your people or you communicate over lunch or dinner or coffee. This is how it works. Hey, man, I don't want LeBron here. And then the owner says, understood. And then the message is communicated to LeBron as if it's a basketball decision. And so a lot of this, I think, I don't know, it wouldn't surprise me if Luka Doncic, unlike LeBron, utilizes his power quietly, didn't want LeBron around, and the reason LeBron is not here is the guy you see at Fanatics Fest is the guy LeBron was constantly in the locker room.
Yeah.
Me, look at me.
Yeah, it's like, hey, you can't fire me, I quit, right?
You can't break up with me. I break up with you.
I break with you.
I invented myself. I created myself.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I was like, with LeBron, the Lakers, it's like, hey, the Lakers aren't that ex that's looking you up on Instagram and wondering where you're at. Like, they've deleted you, they've moved on, they've gotten to this fresh start. We are going to look back at June 30th as Lakers Independence Day because LeBron is gone. And I think that the more that you hear from LeBron, everything that's kind of transpired out of the fact, that I think becomes more clear that there's probably not an aggressive intent by the Lakers from a behind-the-scenes recruiting standpoint, a Luka Doncic standpoint. Let's be honest, it would have probably been pretty aggressively reported at this point if Luka had put out all the stops to try to impress in court LeBron James. That probably would have been out, right?
I mean, LeBron would have been the first to have said, Luka really wanted me, but, I just have to do what I have to do for my family. Yeah, it's a very Games of Thrones reality, but we know LeBron doesn't want to be away from his family. I respect him as sort of his fatherhood being a part of this. He's talked about this. I'm with you, man. It's hard to know. I think LeBron rejected the Lakers after they rejected him. And to what degree they rejected him, we'll pay you the vet minimum, we'll pay you $10 million, we'll pay you nothing. I don't know. But I think this was much more the Lakers telling LeBron no than LeBron telling the Lakers no, if I had to guess.
That would be, I think that's how it played out probably, right? If you had to just put it all together, that's what makes the most sense. But the funny thing about the whole thing, too, is he was asked a question about who was the best team he ever played for, and it felt like we were going to get a great answer. Because it was a nice kid, cute kid. He goes up to the mic, says, hey, LeBron, what was the best team you played for? He didn't say which were the teams. He didn't ask for the top 5. And LeBron, his first thought was he brings up those Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, Eric Spoelstra, that Miami team that you covered. And I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. Like, LeBron's going to say that. People are going to run with it, right? And then he goes, oh, and then the 2016 Cavs. Oh, and then the 2020 Lakers. Oh, and then the 2008 Redeem team. I'm like, this is typical LeBron James. Like, you just can't be real. Like, just be real, dude. Just be real. We know you thought it was that Heat team. Just end it there. Like, it's fine, but it's, I got to play every single side. I can't let anyone know anything about me. There's nothing where he just does, he doesn't have that vulnerable element to him where people are like, man, like, it's just, there's no empathy there. So it's, he talked about his ride or die fans. They're just the fans that view him as a superhero, like a Marvel character that is not flawed.
Magnello? Just kidding. DMAC and Reiter. No, he's a the fan. There's a Churchill quote that I love that I'm going to butcher, like I did Magneto's name. Magneto's name. I don't even know what his name is still. What is it?
I forgot this one.
Yeah, me too.
Magneto.
The Churchill quote is, you have enemies? Good. It means you stood for something at some time in your life. Love that quote. The opposite of that is true too, though, that if you're so unwilling to stand up for something, to have an opinion, that you so crave and court everyone's love, that it's actually going to make people tired of you, which is, I think, where LeBron is. And there are times, and again, the nuance thing doesn't work with LeBron, where I feel bad for LeBron in the sort of vulnerabilities he creates for himself. And then he calls me a clown effing bozo on X, and that tempers my feel. But, like, he's a complicated guy who I actually do like. And part of what I like about him is that he's so unlikable on accident, because he's not likable because he wants to be loved, not because he wants to be hated. Kobe didn't care if you liked him, which is why everyone loves him. LeBron cares so much, which is why people kind of don't. It's like when you're a guy and you're trying to learn how to date, right? Unless you have the charm and charisma and looks of you learn confidence is the most important thing. Like, neediness comes off as weakness. LeBron comes off as needy and fake, and Kobe always came off as real. And I think that explains a lot about their interactions in LA. And the other thing is, there's a selfishness to this, and LeBron is obviously, like, hasn't made up his mind, and Adam Silver was on CNBC talking about the impact that LeBron's indecision has on everything.
Where LeBron plays will affect the schedule, so I would like him to make his announcement already so we can finish the schedule, because, as you might imagine, the teams are calling us, the networks are calling us, and everybody wants to lock in the schedule, but it will influence how we set the schedule, how we set opening week, Christmas Day, etc. So I need him to make a decision, but the direct answer is I have no inside information.
I mean, the thing is, LeBron knows this, and if LeBron were really torn and didn't know what he wanted to do, I'd be like, well, it is what it is. You know he knows. And the holding hostage is part of I think, my guess, DMAC, the need for attention. And Adam Silver's been pretty good to this guy.
Absolutely. And it's wild to think that all those theories are true, right? How much influence LeBron and Rich Paul and Clutch have over the NBA that they literally can't finalize their schedule. He is the commissioner, if you want to call him that. I think it's wild to think that if Adam Silver had his way, that they could just take the next step. And I think it's pretty interesting, too, that, well, wait a second, Adam Silver. My first thought was, aren't you kind of waiting a long time to make your decision on Kawhi Leonard and whatever's going on with the Clippers? So, well, now you want a fast decision when it's convenient for you. That's kind of what crossed my mind. But LeBron has it's kind of crazy. Like, for everything we say about LeBron, to have this much influence over the league at 41 is absolutely insane. But I think at this point, we're so tired of this. It was fun for a little while. Let's just find out what you're playing, bro. And you're not the commissioner saying it.
At the end of the day, LeBron James, in everything he's done, including at Fanatics Fest, is your ex, is LA's ex, going on The Bachelorette and telling you made a great decision. And screaming at the TV, do not take the rose. Did I get that right? I watched The Bachelorette.
Yeah.
Is that right?
The Bachelor callback. I love it.
DMAC and Reiter here on the new 97.1 The Fan. We've got 5 pressing, critical questions for the Dodgers in the second half of the / post All-Star game portion of the season. For you Dodgers fans, for you LA, next on DMAC and Reiter. question or injury, text injury help to 40222. Man, I'm glad baseball's back tonight. Dodgers-Yankees, we'll preview that in about 15 or 20 minutes. It is a brutal, brutal week for sports fans.
Yeah, it is, especially if you're not an All-Star Game fan. It was not a good All-Star Game.
It was so bad, dude.
Yeah, the ESPYs. By the way, I should have made Shohei Ohtani my hero because of the ESPYs that he won, but according to you, that doesn't count for anything, which is fair.
Why are we shots firing?
I don't know.
Is that what we're doing? Is that where
But yeah, it is a slow week. But hey,
I'm here.
It ends with a bang. It ends with a bang. You got the Yankees-Dodgers in Yankee Stadium in New York, and you got the World Cup final. So, hey,
you could have stayed.
Yeah.
You could have stayed and covered the games. I didn't even think of that.
This is my game, DMAC and Reiter.
Wow.
This is my home.
You did it. Are you ready for a little Dodgers 5 questions you need to know? We'll answer.
Yeah.
Number 1.
All right, number 1. Will Shohei Ohtani make it to October healthy?
That's the number 1 biggest question. That is the only thing I think in between the Dodgers and a three-peat. Superman has his kryptonite.
The only thing.
I do. I think if you get
I don't know.
I think if you get a healthy Shohei Ohtani,
It's a lock. They win the World
if
Series.
you get a healthy, if you get a 1.79 ERA Shohei Ohtani, and a guy that's still the best offensive player in the National League, and
when you put it that way,
right now, you can fill other spots. You can fill other spots, man. I mean, obviously, like if you get the whole rotation decimated, for sure, there's other things.
So
but
you guaranteed it.
I just know that his only kryptonite is the injury list. Really, the Dodgers' biggest competition, I don't think is the Braves or the Phillies or the Brewers. I think it's the injured list. I really, truly do. You guarantee me a healthy roster, I'm guaranteeing a World Series. You guarantee me a healthy Shohei Ohtani, and I'm guaranteeing a World Series because this team knows how to win.
What's interesting about that is there were some dynamic moments, but he certainly struggled at times last postseason.
He did. I mean, up until the Brewers series, late in that series where we went crazy in Game 4, hit the 3 home runs, his offense did get off to a slower start, but he causes so much stress to the opposing team's pitchers that if you get Shohei Ohtani out in a postseason game, you're like, okay, I can breathe a little bit, and then the guys behind him get better pitches to hit. So, I mean, there's a lot of pressure that he brings. I mean, you hear coaches and players talk about that. I've talked to Mookie Betts about batting behind Freddie Freeman about batting behind Shohei Ohtani. And you can just almost sense that if they had success against Shohei, that they feel like, okay, maybe I'm safe now, but that's not the case. So, I mean, even when he's not thriving and is at his best, he still impacts the game.
I apologize to you, DMAC on DMAC and Reiter, for my exactitudeness nature.
Well, I mean, that was kind of a bold take. I mean,
no,
you can't.
I would go 78% likelihood of. The thing is, even a best of 5, there's just the math on baseball is so tricky, which is what makes the 2 wins so remarkable.
No, it is. I mean, Andrew Friedman's talked about it. Like, even if you have the best roster and you have the most wins in the regular season, that he calls it the theater of baseball in October. There's a element of unpredictability to it. One of my friends at Fangraphs a couple years ago came up with this stat where it said that in Major League Baseball, to get the same level of randomness in the NBA for the better team winning, entering that series, it would have to be a best of 75 NBA series.
Yeah, that's it.
Versus a best of 7 Major League Baseball series. So you're right. I mean, look, a lot of things can happen, but to me, it's just my confidence in knowing that, hey, you're wearing a Messi jersey. Shohei Ohtani, I think that he's of that level of greatness. We saw Messi have the impact on that game. And if Shohei's in the game and he's playing, he wants 3 titles.
I mean, to utilize something you would say that's also sacrilegious and has me feel like I got to go to mass. There's only one Jesus. You know what I'm saying? Like, Messi is pretty.
We could go on a crazy aside here.
I'm just saying, dude. Like, I know you want. I'm not,
I feel like
no one's saying pander.
I feel like there's a better chance that we'll see 5 Lionel Messis again than another Shohei Ohtani. He's the true unicorn. He plays 2 sports.
Yeah, no, I understand. I understand what you're saying. I think that I don't know, bro.
You're in your Messi love fest today. You got the jersey, the World Cup, Mr. Barcelona win on Sunday.
The thing about so you're gonna make me the bad guy. The thing about Shohei,
I'm not.
Yeah, you are. It's fine. I'm here for it. The thing about Shohei is that when I watch Shohei, I think this is unprecedented, but I'm definitely a human being. When I watch Messi, sometimes I think I'm in a simulation for sure. There are just things he does where I'm like, okay, like I feel like whoever the dude is was next to Neo at the office. Like, where'd Neo go? Where'd that guy go?
Look, as a guy, As a guy that
I don't want to do a Messi versus.
I know I'm not. I'm
He's
not.
amazing.
I'm just saying, as a guy that knows goats, right? I hung out with one yesterday. Me and Tom Brady. Of course, I chased him down on an escalator.
hilarious,
That's
dude.
what we call it. There are gonna be multiple goats, and I think that as far
I'm
as
derailing the segment.
no,
You're right.
but getting back to Shohei Ohtani though. I mean, he is the infinity gauntlet, right? I mean, without him, the Dodgers, you still have all those heroes,
Is he
right?
Magnello?
But I think they're
What are you
inevitable.
doing?
And I think Ohtani's inevitable, and I think that he's inevitable. So that's the number one biggest question: is the health of Shohei Ohtani, second half of the season into the postseason.
Are you proud of me? Because you're right. Everything you said is totally true. Are you proud of me that I did not bring up one time the Cy Young Award?
I'm a little proud of you.
All right.
Number 2.
I'm a lot proud of me. Do the Dodgers trust Blake Snell and Tyler Glasnow that they will return to their ace-level form and get enough starts in the regular season to be ready for October?
So I think this is just right behind that first question. This is humongous. This is gigantic. And with Blake Snell, he's going to start a rehab assignment on Saturday. He's going to need 4 to 5 starts to get back. That's a massive step. And that puts him on a timeline where he could make 7 to 8 starts before October. That's good enough to get his legs underneath him, to get him to the point to where, look, in his postseason career, a 3.27 postseason ERA. Had a 3.15 postseason ERA for the Dodgers last year. And he said that after the surgery with the nano needle to get those loose bodies out and repair that, this is the first time he's felt 100% healthy in a Dodgers uniform. And that, to me, Bill, is extremely telling and potentially game-changing. Now, I'm not going back on Tarek Skubal, but I will say this, Bill, that it would be a very tough conversation. Who would you rather want? Healthy Blake Snell or healthy Tarek Skubal? They're both multi-time Cy Young Award-winning left-handed pitchers, but Blake Snell has done it in a Dodgers uniform on the biggest stage. So
And the second half thing you talk about, too.
and he's statistically he's statistically the best second half pitcher. And then also Tyler Glasnow I have less confidence about. So he threw a 15-pitch bullpen last weekend. And this is the big concern for me. Is this is the third time, Bill, that they've tried to ramp up Tyler Glasnow. The first 2 times, the back started to flare up. So I don't think that I can feel confident about Tyler Glasnow until he starts facing hitters. He hasn't faced hitters yet. That is the big step that these pitchers talk about when they're coming back from injury. Until we see that, I look at the Dodgers as having 3 elite starters, Ohtani, Yamamoto, and Blake Snell. I can't cement Tyler Glasnow into that role because he was great last year when he was on the mound for the Dodgers in the postseason, but he is someone that big body, physical pitcher, lots of moving parts. He has been injured at parts throughout his career.
You're saying he's not Tyler Glass now, he's Tyler Glass when? I felt good.
Bang! Yeah! I know.
felt good about it.
Number 3.
Will the Dodgers finally have a...
What? I mean, laugh. Sometimes when I laugh, I just let out air. I don't know why. It's like,
Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Will the Dodgers finally have a bullpen they can trust heading into October? Can they rely on the veterans coming back and the young Dodgers relievers who are emerging?
So this is massive because last year the Dodgers bullpen down the stretch, they were bad. They were really, really bad. They were tied for the 20th best bullpen in Major League Baseball. They had a 4.27 ERA. They blew a league-leading 27 saves, and their big offseason investment, Tanner Scott, had led the league in 10 blown saves and wasn't even available for the postseason. And check this out. Last year, the bullpen, they pitched 39 2/3 innings in 19 postseason games. The starting pitchers, they covered 70% of the innings for the Dodgers in the postseason. That's not sustainable. The thought of that happening 2 straight years, considering all the innings that the starters pitched last year, is unlikely. So the bullpen is going to have to step up. And I look at guys like Edwin Diaz coming back. Evan Phillips is back, and he's pitching well. You've got Brock Stewart. You also have Will Klein and Edgardo Henriquez, who have emerged as very talented, reliable young arms. But the big kicker, I think, for the bullpen is going to be this. Will Roki Sasaki go to the bullpen? Will Justin Robles go to the bullpen? What kind of roles will they have? And I'll give you a wild card.
Talk to me.
Friend of the show.
You're a wild card.
River Ryan. So
there's a whole side chat about you going on the YouTube stream at the Fan
Really?
LA, at the Fan LA. Yeah.
What is it about?
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
It's great stuff.
Shout out to everyone out there. So that's going to be a big thing. I mean, the starting rotation last year, a 1.4 ERA when they were on the mound in certain spots as they were doing the bullpen's work, but The bullpen can't bring a pencil to the group project and expect the Dodgers to win a third straight title. The bullpen needs to step up this season. They have to contribute. And if the Dodgers have a B-plus bullpen in the postseason, that's going to go a long, long way because then you don't have to overly use those starters.
It is DMAC and Reiter. I don't know how to use a microphone. It is DMAC and Reiter on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA sports.
Number 4.
All right, this is worrisome. Is Will Smith's neck injury more concerning, more disconcerting than the Dodgers are letting on, especially coming off the change in Ohtani's situation? And the fact, Doug, you keep bringing up that the Dodgers, when it comes to injury news, aren't always accurate. And will Dalton Rushing really be able to handle the Dodger staff if they need to rely on him on that kind of a level for that kind of timeline?
This is huge, Bill. I mean, his neck continues to bother him. They try to ramp him up with baseball activities this week, but the Dodgers have shut him down. They shut him down again. Dave Roberts said that to reporters in New York. So Will Smith has caught a lot. Last year, he caught a record 73 innings in the postseason in the World Series, and he hit that big game-winning home run. He's caught a lot of baseball. Regular season, WBCs, had a history of getting injured. So if Will Smith isn't at 100%, you are relying on rookie Dalton Rushing to handle the starting rotation, to handle the bullpen. Yes, he's made strides this year, but Will Smith is the secret sauce of the Los Angeles Dodgers. He's the clutch prince for a reason. He is a guy they can rely on in pressure situations at the plate. He handles the pitching staff well. This is one that when I wake up at 3:30 in the morning, the cold sweat, I'm thinking of Will Smith's neck.
You wake up a lot at 3:30 in the morning with a lot of cold sweats. Like, you're just like, bam,
That's
bam,
my cold
bam.
sweat wake-up time.
I know,
Sorry.
it's your move. I like it.
Number 5.
Will the Dodgers make a blockbuster trade at the deadline? And if not, will they live to regret it? Do you want to know who wrote this question, America, everybody? Doug did. Leading the witness, Your Honor.
Look, look. Here's the thing. This is the big difference here.
You just said if Ohtani's healthy, they win.
I still
So
feel
you don't even need Scooble.
Yeah, but
Whoa. You just told me if Ohtani's healthy that they're guaranteed, so you don't even need him.
So that's if he's 100%. I think there could be a wear down factor, though. There could be a wear down factor. There could be a wear down factor.
Now you're qualifying.
No, well,
you're running away from your statement
not.
the way that Tom Brady ran away from you.
That's a good one. Look, I will say this. The Dodgers are going to ultimately decide if their roster is fit right now, and we know that even on paper they'll be the overwhelming favorites to win the World Series, but they have a shot to go for the kill shot, to be the overwhelming favorite, to not only get Tarek Skubal, but to keep him away from another team. And we'll see if Tyler Glass now, and we'll see if Blake Snell can come back healthy, and if the other remaining members of the starting rotation can be healthy and contribute at a high level. But I still think, hey, if I'm the Dodgers, you have a chance to go from winning back-to-back titles to establishing yourself as the very best dynasty in the modern era, and you go from being a team that's great to a team that everyone will talk about until the end of time. That is what's at stake. If you go 3, it's legendary beyond belief. So that's the big question. Do they want to go over the top, or do they trust their guys? Do you bring in a Scooble?
5 questions and 5 great answers from Doug McCain on the Dodgers post-All-Star game, and also Dave Roberts talking about this very journey, and it starts tonight in New York against the Yankees. Dave Roberts and some news next here on DMAC and Reiter. Make sure to get some Febreze in there. Fart, but something else? Just kidding. Delete that. No, he didn't fart. He just laughed into the microphone. Everyone in the chat was talking about whether I'm like, he didn't fart. They're like, Ryder broke character. He didn't have a.
Well, you know what? Unless there's another mic that I don't know about here in another spot. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's the only mic that I'm aware of that's in front of me. So
that's it was very, very funny. All right. Okay, you ready? That's the injury report brought to you by Ozeron Law, the injured worker hotline. Dave Roberts has said that Shohei is expected to pitch Wednesday in Philadelphia. Shohei received a lubricant injection over the All-Star break. We'll hear about that in a second. He did not get his knee drained. Will Smith will be shut down from baseball activities for another week. As DMAC was talking about, he has no pain in his neck at the moment. Dodgers are hopeful he will be available to come back this season, but they haven't seen a lot of progress. This is actually Dave Roberts speaking about that non-knee draining we thought would happen, but the shot that apparently did.
Just for clarity, he got an Orthovis shot, injection, which is like a lubricant. We got a lubricant in his knee, and that was what took place that Sunday. I think that it gives him some relief in his knee, which we were hoping to get, and then the 4 days off from activity, which gets it all to kind of settle in. And then as far as plan of action, have him in the lineup for these 3 games and watch him play catch. And probably, I think the expectation is have him pitch on Wednesday in Philadelphia. No fluid drain. Just the shot. Just the shot. Just the Orthovis shot.
Game's going in about, 10 minutes. Roki on the mound. The starting lineup for the Dodgers is Mr. Shohei Ohtani in leadoff, Andy Pages in that 2 spot, Freddie Freeman, Mookie Betts, Max Muncy, Kyle Tucker, Teoscar Hernandez, Dalton Rushing, and Tommy Edman down at 9. We don't have to belabor this too much if you don't want DMAC, but I do find it amusing and interesting that the Dodgers talked about and created a lot of worry about Ohtani being injured. We were rightfully so, and it was the draining of the knee that was supposed to happen, Sunday night that we're all worried about. He skips the All-Star game. He does play in the series before the All-Star break. He went 4 for 11. He had hit a couple homers, and then lo and behold, they did not, in fact, drain his knee.
So you're saying you're less concerned because there was no knee draining, I'm guessing, right?
You were the one that told me that the knee draining was the most concerning thing that we had heard, and so, I'm following your lead and agreeing with you.
Well, I think you can look at this 2 ways, though. Yes, not having the procedure, not getting the knee drain might say, okay, it's less severe, but this is a procedure that is done when there's arthritic level knee pain, right? That's what it's typically used for. So he has been dealing with some pain, the inflammation.
Didn't drain the knee.
They didn't, but it says this injection is something that's used in those situations. So I think what they're really doing in this situation is, they are proceeding with caution. I think
they're proceeding with BS.
You think so?
Clearly, dude. Clear. You can say it. They pulled a fast one on us. They okie dokie us. You can be cautious and also be full of it. He was totally fine. He's going to pitch on Wednesday. He played the series for the All-Star game. He didn't want to be at the All-Star game. They didn't want him there. They pretended there was going to be a knee draining. It was enough cover, as I absolutely speculated before All-Star game. And then as soon as the All-Star game's over, Dave's like, oh, yeah, he didn't get his knee drained.
So that's your read on it. I respect it. Trust me, I really do. But I think for me, and the way I look at this, I'm just saying it actually elevates my level of concern. It really does. And I'm just speaking from the heart.
You're elevating my
what I think.
level of concern about you.
And look, here's the thing.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you why.
You're not. When you tell me you're speaking from the heart, it means you're not.
It does. What are you talking about?
Bill, let me tell you the truth.
Please.
And then you lie to me.
I'm serious about it because I'll tell you why. Because if they are using this injection, right, this lubricant to try to make it easier, it tells me that this is something that they're going to try to manage not just for the remainder of this season, but potentially for the remainder of his career. And I think it's going to be something where after he makes a start, you have the knee checked out. Is there inflammation? Is there any pain? What is the post-pitching, post-hitting, post-playing level of routine going to be? Because guess what? If everything was 100% fine, he wouldn't get an injection of any type, right? This was clearly...
Nothing's ever 100% fine, as you know. But dude, you know this.
You're saying... Wait a minute.
Guys are constantly getting injections.
You just said he's fine. You just said he's 100% fine.
Okay, you want to do the semantics game too? Fine. What is the number percentage where they're relatively okay? 90% or higher? He's 90% or higher.
90% or higher? That's not good enough for me to pitch.
What is the percentage that he's good enough to pitch?
I would say 97%.
And that's where he is.
You think he is?
Yes, he's in the normal wear and tear baseball player zone. He is not injured. He is not 50%. He is okay. By the way,
But this injection's to help swelling too and pain.
I'm sure they have all those. I'm sure all these guys have all these things. How many? I mean, Jerry Harrison Jr., how many shots do you think he got over the course of his seasons? The number's not zero.
Jay Hair?
Yeah, every baseball player.
Tons.
Yeah,
okay.
this is part of it's part of the deal. By the way, even the knee draining, my whole thing was it can't be that serious if they're letting him play the series before. This is my thing, dude. Let me just here's my concern, or here's my. When you and I were arguing last week about how worried we should be, you were very reasonable in he's getting his knee drained, Bill. Wake up, it's a problem. And I think I was equally reasonable in if this was serious, they wouldn't let him be hitting these 3 games before the break. So I guess the knee draining isn't that serious. Yeah, it wasn't that serious because they were never going to drain his knee. And so my point isn't just arguing the facts with you about the shot. It's that I don't believe anything the Dodgers tell us about injuries, which is something you've told me to sort of hold on to. He got it. I just don't believe them. They're not honest about injuries. They weren't honest about him getting his knee drained, and they tell me he got a shot. Okay, maybe. I don't believe him, and I'm not worried.
Hey,
because they played him.
I'm not fighting on that. I mean, they're very careful and calculated when they talk about injuries. But when you get the knee drained, it's when there's excess fluid there. When there's excess fluid in the knee, and maybe they felt like, okay, this is a separate issue, and it's not about that. Maybe you don't need to drain it per se, but you have to address the pain and whatever he's been dealing with. So, look, you're absolutely right in the fact that you're not going to be at 100%. Pitchers, hitters, whoever it is, relievers, players coming off the bench are always going to be dealing with nicks and bruises and just overall general soreness. But I think in Ohtani's case, it was very telling that this comes off the heels of him missing a start, one that, had he would have made it,
come on, man,
would have continued to bolster his Cy Young chances.
We both know he can't win the Cy Young Award now. He's fallen too far behind.
But if he had made that start,
maybe.
I mean, that was a big missed start for Shohei.
He hit in every one of those games. If they were worried about him, the fact that he played as a DH, you're right, not a pitcher, in the final 3 games of the series, and the fact that they said he was going to get his knee drained and he didn't, and the fact that he was only going to hit the All-Star game. So it's like, wait, why can't he go to the All-Star game if he's hitting in these games? He's only going to hit the All-Star game. Oh, it's because we're going to drain his knee. That's exactly what I said last week. Look, you're more a victory lap guy than I'm a victory lap guy, but who doesn't love a victory lap? So I'll be that guy for a moment. They were full of it. He was fine. He is in whatever condition he was in. He and they didn't want him to go to the All-Star game, and so to be honest about it, they did this. That's the deal. I'm not worried.
I love that theory, and I love Mia theory, and I love all that stuff. And I will say that if that's true, then great. Hope that that victory lap is awesome. I hope that you're enjoying it, right? But
feels good. I mean, it's pretty familiar ground. I've been here a few times. I know the scenery.
Yeah. Can I get a ride? Can I hop in?
It's like when you go for
What's that like?
When you run,
I don't have my learner's permit. I can't even drive to get the victory laps. But no, the truth is though, I mean, on my end, the way I look at this too, just big picture, and I'm going to wrap here, is Shohei's dealt with the bicep. He's dealt with the knee. Yes, we think he's Superman for sure, but I do think his only kryptonite is, can the body do something and hold up for something that we've never seen before? We are talking about elite hitting and elite pitching in a major league season. If I'm the Dodgers and I start to see these trends, I'm looking at this. We got to take advantage now and make sure this roster is
make sure he doesn't go to the All-Star
as all
game,
in as it possibly can be to try to bolster.
We're aligned.
He was injured.
We got to make sure he doesn't go to the All-Star game, even though he's fine. We got to pretend he's going to get his knee drained. We got to make a big deal out of it. We got to make everybody worried. And then as soon as the All-Star game's over, we go, this is like the old, oh, Lori, I can't do the dishes because I hurt my back. And then as soon as the dishes, I'm like, oh, wow, I'm healed. I feel so much better.
I mean, for
him
to sit out a start knowing how badly he wants to win the Cy Young, I think this could be something where it's actually potentially worse than it actually is, in my end.
I got to tell you. I think you know that we got okey-doked and that I called it. And I love that.
I respectfully disagree.
You do?
Yeah.
Don't be respectful.
I legitimately
say the chest.
I think that the knee's a problem. I really do. And until I see 5 starts where he's pitching like he did to start the season, and he's saying that he has no pain after, I'm going to stay that way.
I love you, man, but I think you're a problem. There we go. Oh, last word ism. Is it fair? No. But is it time to count down to training camp and move on from that? Unfortunately for Doug, it is. On DMAC and Reiter. All right, what up? Happy Friday. Welcome back into the show. DMAC and Reiter, presented by DTLA Law Group on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA Sports. Accident or injury, text injury help to 40222. That's injury help to 40222. I know we're going to preview this in a little bit. You might lose that bet, bro.
I might.
I have
Get
Argentina.
down the wire.
Are you rooting just aggressively against Argentina in every
I
match?
feel like in the Argentina locker room, there's a picture of me, Jeff Pass, and you, and that's the motivating factor. It's not adding another star to your Argentina jersey and another World Cup for Messi. It's they just want to see me embarrassed and you right. For those who don't know, Bill's going to write my lines to apologize to Jeff Passan because I said that he owed Roki Sasaki and the Dodgers an apology a couple weeks ago.
Although the need, like the accuracy of his take and your take, it goes back and forth as much as Roki's sort of performances have.
It's a great point. We should just find a new bet.
No, I got you. I got some words.
Let's double down. There's nothing I can do to do a double or double down. Nothing. Okay. Yeah.
No, there's really not.
Okay.
I mean, at this point,
you know what? My boy, Lamine Yamal is going to hook me up, dude.
You need him to.
I am going to be the biggest Spain, the biggest Lamine Yamal fan in the world on Sunday.
I can't lose. I love Spain and I love Messi because of his interaction with my son Henry. So I'm here for all the victories.
Have you seen those memes about Barcelona fans? It's like either Messi with 2 World Cups or Lamine Yamal with 1. You're eating good no matter what.
Yeah, there's multiple Barca players and guys that came through the Barca's academy, so it's a great thing. So we're basically, the countdown to the World Cup is 2 days.
Wow.
And the countdown to training camp is also approaching.
Before the first snap, before the first touchdown, before the first win. It's 97.1 The Fan's countdown to training camp.
Let's go! All right. You and I are off next week, so we're doing this week.
Yes.
A little vacation next week. Are you going back to New York?
Training camp. I haven't thought about it yet.
Okay. Well, you haven't thought about it yet?
Probably just chill at the crib.
You chilling? Oh, dude, you went to Fanatics Fest or whatever yesterday. I chill with my buddies.
Did you have the margaritas by the pool?
I did. I went to the pool and the tennis courts and the margaritas.
Yo.
And just keep the pictures coming.
Hey, man,
and
that's how you do it.
8 hours, dude, in a lounge chair. Just hang out with my boys. All right. We're going to go through some categories here. I'll be interested if we agree. Let's start with who has the most to prove and or who has the most pressure. I think that's kind of the same thing. Let's start with the Rams. I'm going to cover my answers. Who for you, for the Rams, has the most to prove?
I'm going to say Trent McDuffie. I think the Rams made a big swing. You bring in a former All-Pro, Pro Bowl level cornerback. You traded top draft capital to go and get him, your 29th pick, and also you signed him to a massive extension. McDuffie has been one of the very best cornerbacks in the league for quite some time, but is he going to perform at a top 5 level? He's going to be absolutely elite. Last year, he was really ranked in the 10 to 12 range as far as his PFF grade, had a 75.6 grade. So that's a big contract. That's a lot of pressure. The reason the Rams did not win the Super Bowl last year, my estimation was they had a very weak secondary. He's the guy that's supposed to fix all of that. So I got to go Trent McDuffie.
I'm going to go. That's a great answer here on DMAC and Reiter on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA Sports. I'm going to go an answer that feels counterintuitive, and it's going to sound negative.
Why are you covering
Because
your
I don't
answer?
want you to steal my answers like you did last time.
I don't need to.
I don't want you to steal.
I did not.
I am covering my answers.
I would never do that.
I don't want you to
I'm
pull-
more afraid you're looking at like my mind and stealing the answers from my brain.
Okay. Also a great call. Here on DMAC and Reiter. This is counterintuitive. It's going to sound negative. I think this person will rise to the challenge. I think Myles Garrett has a lot of pressure because it's not the National Football League is not the NBA in the sense that guys don't tend to force their way out of teams and tend not to leave and those kind of trades. And he did that, and rightfully so. And the expectation, so before Myles Garrett, the expectation was, man, the Rams are probably the best team in the NFC, and they're in a really tough division. And the best team in the NFC, right, the favorite, doesn't usually come out of the NFC. The NFL is very parity-driven. There's a lot of good teams, but the Rams could have a great season, too. Oh, Myles Garrett is here now? Super Bowl. Better be a Super Bowl. And I'm not sure that the pressure, the thing to prove for Myles Garrett is that you win a Super Bowl, but I think he probably does need to be the best player in football, certainly the best defensive player in football. By the way, I think he will be. I think that's going to happen. But I think there is a lot to prove for the guy.
Yeah, I mean, they restructured his contract. He's getting paid over $40 million a year, 41 M's, and he's a guy that has to win a Super Bowl to really solidify his legacy as one of the great defensive players ever. Another thing, too, it's tough to top 23 sacks. 23 sacks for Myles Garrett last season. Is there an expectation that he surpasses that and gets to 30 sacks because he's going to be playing in positions where hopefully you're going to be able to go and get the quarterback in more competitive games because teams aren't just running the football on you because they blew out your offense. So I think that Myles Garrett is going to be in a position where you're 100% right. He's got to prove it on the big stage. A lot of pressure on him, but I think it's going to be causing a lot of pressure on quarterbacks and offenses. And if Aaron Donald comes back, that'll make life easier. But I think that's a really good pull.
DMAC and Reiter here on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA Sports. Happy Friday. If you are listening on the FM 97.1, thank you. If you're watching on the stream at the Fan LA, you see I've created a DMAC shield where I've created a piece of paper that shields. Do you see it? The DMAC, it's right here. You can't see it because I can't move. Here, I'm gonna. It's the DMAC shield. You see? It's shielded from DMAC.
Well, hey, it's like when you cheat off someone. You're like, oh man, I cheat off the wrong person. They got a C-. How do you know that you have the A's? There's a lot of guesses. That we don't know.
Who is the Chargers person with the most to prove? This is an easy answer, but I'm worried that you're going to pander.
I'm going to say Justin Herbert 100%. He's got to win a playoff game. Now you've got a better roster. You've got a better coordinator. And I'm just so sick and tired of hearing the Justin Herbert excuses, right? He's the best hypothetical quarterback in the NFL. If Justin Herbert had a head coach and a receiver, an offensive coordinator, an offensive line, if he had this, and this, he's got better ingredients this year to cook a better meal, and it's on him to go out there and execute. I think, too, from a personality standpoint, be a leader, not just performance-wise. I think he needs to step up into a more leadership role, be a more vocal leader, front-facing quarterback. So I'm going Herbo, Justin Herbert.
Could not agree more. I have massive doubts about him, and we'll get to this later. I will do honorable mention Mike McDaniel. I do think when you come off of being the coaching guy a few years ago to we think he's a genius offensively, Harbaugh's not getting blamed. Some people aren't going to blame the quarterback because of his arm talent. I do think Mike McDaniel. What? I can't say arm talent now?
You can.
I like arm talent.
I love it.
I wrote it down right here. I didn't want you to see it. It was a surprise. All right, next up is the blueprint. How to win it all. So for me, I have a very simple blueprint for the Rams. You tell me what I'm missing. Matt Stafford has to stay healthy. I think is critically important. I do think there are massive expectations that you just have to live up to and manage. It's very rare where an NFL team is expected to win the Super Bowl or at least make the Super Bowl given the nature of sort of the parity in the sport. And I do think, again, this will happen, but you have to properly integrate Myles Garrett into this defense, and they're going to run a scheme that he's not accustomed to. It should work fine, but it's still something they have to do.
Yeah, I think if you're the Rams, it's kind of, hey, if you want to be number one, train like you're number two, right? Don't buy the hype. Don't drink your own Kool-Aid and say, hey, we know we're the Super Bowl favorites. We know we had all this star talent. Let the sting of coming up short for the last couple of seasons really fuel you. The Rams were so close. I think the path for them is that purpose, is knowing that, hey, we're a Rams team that has accomplished a lot in the last couple of seasons, but we have not hoisted that Lombardi trophy with this specific group. So I think the big path for the Rams, though, is can you close out games defensively from a secondary standpoint? Can Chris Shula dial up the right pressures and coverages and scheme up elite quarterbacks? Because I'll give you a perfect example. Jackson Smith and Jigba had almost 400 receiving yards against that Rams defense last year. He treated them like they're a barbecue brisket, man. And we need to see coverage. It makes me hungry.
Made me hungry too.
We need to see a coverage that can stop that. So I think improved secondary for the Rams, one. And this is all building off your point because you're 100% right. You got to have health for Matthew Stafford and the rest of their guys. But improved coverage, improved secondary, also improved special teams. The Rams lost more than
great call.
They lost to the Eagles. They lost to the Seahawks. So many big games were lost via special teams. You had Joshua Carty. It was not a good showing for him. And then you also fired your special teams coach in Chase Blackburn. You got Bubba Ventrone in here. You've got the thicker kicker as your new kicker, Harrison Mevis. So special teams, you need to see a much better showing for it. I think, too.
Can I just say, special teams are like health. You don't know how important it is till it's not there, till it starts to let you down.
Exactly.
You don't even think about it until it's a problem.
I totally agree. It is. It's kind of it's almost like a bullpen, right? I mean, you're not really talking about the middle relief until you get rocked, right? But this is a big one for me, and I think this is all finished on this point. Is what identity are the Rams going to have offensively? Because last year they used a lot of 12 and 13 personnel. We had the multiple tight end sets. Are the Rams going to go back to an offense that features more of an 11 personnel? When Sean McVay was at his best with the three receivers, the tight end, the running backs, are you going to focus on doing that because the Rams have Terrence Ferguson, who's an emerging tight end. You've got Colby Parkinson, who's a tight end they really like. Are they going to go back to the Rams offenses that we saw that won a Super Bowl in 2021? Or are they going to stick with this 12 and 13 personnel, more jumbo sets, try to protect Matthew Stafford? So find the identity that best suits and is best tailored for this group. And I think if the Rams stay healthy, they're the most talented roster in the sport. The blueprint, stay healthy, improve secondary, get their special teams back, and light up the scoreboard with the best offense in the NFL.
DMAC and Reiter here on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA Sports. If you're on the stream, smash that like button. If you're listening on the FM on 97.1, you can always call us. Or if you're on the stream, 855-97-LA-FAN. The blueprint for the Chargers, I'll leave it to you to get into the nitty-gritty because I think you and I are sort of a little misaligned on Justin Herbert. I think we have approached the point where Justin Herbert is potentially one of the most talented letdowns in the National Football League. We're not there yet, but I think we're at the sort of crux of that. There is a history in this league of guys, you just chase one of them down through a convention center of New York, winning again and again and again when the moment presents itself. And there is a history in the National Football League of very talented guys who get it done in the regular season and who just crumble when it's playoff time. And I know the Herbert sample size is small, but he's 0-3 in the postseason. He's definitely laid some eggs. He's only got a couple touchdowns in those 3 games. He's thrown twice the number of interceptions that he's thrown touchdowns. His completion percentage drops. There's been an anemic offense at times. They've lost some games they should not have. For me, there's a lot of factors, but none of it matters if you show up in the postseason with 10 or 11 or 12 wins, because there is a moment, maybe, where in this, and we're going to preview this division later, where with the question marks around Patrick Mahomes and what, regardless of whether Mahomes is ready day one or not and what level he's at, the Chiefs feel like they're in it's not a rebuild, but they feel like they're in a place between the old version and whatever they'll get to with Mahomes. I think there's an opening here. I could see the Chargers win 12 or 13 games, and I still have a question mark about Herbert if they're that good this year when we get to the playoffs. So for me, there's a lot of factors. I'm not sure any of it matters if Herbert's not that guy.
Yeah, that's the number one thing. It's all about Justin Herbert. And I think, can you protect Justin Herbert, right? That's the blueprint for that team. Can you make it where by the time you get to the playoffs, if you do make it there, that he's not beat up and broken down? Also, too, how is that impacting his reads? How much pressure is getting in the pocket? Last year, he was sacked 54 times in 16 games. That was the highest total of his NFL career. So a lot of pressure against Justin Herbert. Can you build a competent offensive line around him? To me, you got to absolutely make sure that he's not running for his life. And I think McDaniel's going to put him in better spots to get the ball out quicker too, the ball placement. But I think the thing about the Chargers is Jim Harbaugh the coach that he still thinks he is? Is he truly a Super Bowl winning quarterbacks guru and a head coach? Because last year that defense was a top 10 defense in the National Football League. I still feel like they're a couple years away, and they would have to really have Justin Herbert truly emerge as an MVP-level quarterback to have a realistic chance of winning the Super Bowl this season. You just want to hope they take steps in the right direction, because that Chargers team, they're the worst kind of team in Los Angeles. They're more irrelevant than they are a team that is criticized for being bad.
DMAC and Reiter, who has more potential connection with this city over the next 5 years? The Clippers or the Chargers?
The Chargers. It's the NFL, and they have a true star. Right. And they got Jim Harbaugh. I mean, the Chargers have stuff.
Harbaugh's a star.
Like, there is potential there.
And Jim's cool, man. I see Jim all the time. I'm going to bother him mask one day. What's up, bro? How's it going? All right, new signings, and we can sort of expand beyond this, but I would say that the biggest new face for the Chargers is probably Mike McDaniel. And for the Rams, we've talked about Myles Garrett. Ty Simpson's an interesting story. If he's an impactful story, then the Rams are in deep trouble. Trent McDuffie and Jalen Watson, though, are very, very nice additions. And to your point earlier about the secondary, encouraging additions.
They are, and that's the thing. I mean, that was your biggest need. You filled that biggest need. You went out there and you fulfilled really your offseason before even going and getting Myles Garrett. But I would also say that if you're the Rams, it's Myles Garrett. There's no doubt about it. I mean, you bring in a guy who should be the best player in the sport. Easily will be the best defensive player in the sport. And if he's not, it could be his own teammate potentially in Aaron Donald. I mean, that was the offseason move, all offseason moves. So it starts and ends right there.
All right, so we've got biggest threat up next here on our countdown to training camp here on DMAC and Reiter on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA sports. We are the only, by the way, sports talk radio station on the FM dial in Southern California. Thank you for finding us. Spread the word. If you want to call us, the phone number is 855-97-LA-FAN. Biggest threat for the Rams.
I think the biggest threat for the Rams is all in their division. I mean, the Seahawks are coming off a Super Bowl. You got the 49ers with Shanahan. They're always going to be a threat. I mean, I think that from a top-end talent standpoint, I still think the Eagles are a team that the Rams have yet to conquer in the playoffs. So they added Mekhi Lemon. You still have a lot of talent there, a very stout offensive line and defensive line. So if I had to pick one team right now in the NFC, just because they're a team that has given the Rams fits in the playoffs, I still got to go the Philadelphia Eagles.
Oh, interesting. That's really interesting. I was going to go Niners because I just think like there's a division rival, and Seattle. I guess the defending champs probably deserve some respect. This is a bit of a semantics answer. Can I also just say age? Because Stafford's age is a thing, right? I mean, it's hard to stay healthy in the National Football League.
It absolutely is. And we saw a couple years ago Matthew Stafford dealing with some bumps and bruises. He had to be in the chambers to really get ready with the back injury they was dealing with this time last year. So, yeah, I mean, NFL, right, stands for not for long. And is the Rams' window longer than we anticipated? Hopefully that's the case. But I like the Niners pick just because they're a team that has a lot of talent. Christian McCaffrey, and you got George Kittle, and they're a team that has great coaching, great infrastructure.
That's the thing. They can match, not quarterback for quarterback and maybe not defensive player for defensive player anymore, but they are as equal on sort of like on a roster by roster basis and a coach versus coach basis as any team in the NFL. With all respect to Seattle.
Yeah, and you're gonna get back a healthy Fred Warner. You're gonna get a healthy Nick Bosa back, and I think too we're gonna see a lot. I mean that opener's in Australia, and this Niners team, they've heard
dumb.
all the. You hate that?
Now that I think of it, I kind of Here's why: because it's hard to make real assessments on games abroad, and we've never had a game in Australia, have we?
Don't believe we have.
It's going to be hard for me to know what to take away from that game.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's the first game of the season. It's not the end-all, be-all, but I think for the 49ers, they're looking at it as an opportunity to kind of reestablish themselves as a team that says, hey, our championship window has not been closed shut yet. We've got dealt with terrible injuries. The truth is if the 49ers are 80-90% healthy, they can hang with the Rams. They absolutely can.
I totally agree with you, DMAC and Reiter. The biggest threat for the Chargers, there's a lot of ways to go with this. I went Broncos because I am a Broncos and a Chargers skeptic, which is not necessarily the same thing as an outright non-believer. I'm not sure about Sean Payton for a variety of reasons I'm sure we'll get into in the show going forward. I'm not entirely sure about Bo Nix. We didn't get to see it last year because obviously Nix got injured, and I'm a Justin Herbert doubter. I'm not a Harbaugh doubter. If there's an opportunity, and it's not a guarantee, to basically wrench for at least a season the AFC West from the Chiefs, you got to take it if you're the Chargers. You cannot be second to Denver if you're for real.
Yeah, I mean, I had the Broncos too.
Did
the
you
Broncos too? You got
This
Sean
is why I had
Payton.
the sheet up. That's why I have the the DMAC blocker.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, they're a team that's good on both sides of the football. If it wasn't for that Bo Nix injury, they could be Super Bowl champs. Who knows, right? I mean, they're a team that's made it really, really far. Sean Payton is a winner. And just that division in general is stacked. You got a lot of talented teams. You've got the Raiders. You've got the Chiefs. You've got the Broncos. You got a lot of teams out there that are going to be competing. I think another team for the Chargers, just big picture-wise, that Patriots team in the AFC. I mean, if the Patriots take a step forward and continue to progress, they put the whole Mike Vrabel and Diana Rossini allegations, controversy behind them and just play football, that's an organization that wins. So, yeah, I mean, the Chargers really are a team that they're just fighting for relevance, fighting to kind of put some of those bad habits behind them, but there's a lot of really talented teams in the AFC.
All right, we're going to give ourselves plenty of time to visit with our friend Kurt Hillian, so we're going to go quick here, but predictions for each of these teams.
As far as the records and how far they go.
General record, how far they go. I'll go Rams. I'll go Rams Super Bowl champions. I mean, if you got to make a prediction, if we're doing if I were doing just NFL wide predictions, that's the pick. I'll do Chargers win 12 or 13 games and lose in humiliating fashion in their first playoff game.
Well, I got the Chargers winning 11 games and Justin Herbert getting his first playoff victory ending the drought 0-3 in his career. The Rams, I got to go Super Bowl champions. Let's have fun with this one, and all of the Rams going 17-0. The perfect regular season. Why not? You got the roster to do it. If this team goes out the gates.
It's a pandering thing. I'm going to get a pander.
I want to have some fun with this.
I'm going to get a pander.
It's July.
Okay, you're right.
It's July.
The Dodgers never lie. Ohtani is perfect, and the Rams can't lose.
Hey, guess what?
There's
going to be some unused champagne for those 72 Dolphins because the Rams are running the table and winning the Super Bowl. Hope springs eternal in July, Ramley.
Guess what else? We're getting some candid Lakers talk from my guy, your guy, our guy, Kurt Heelan next on DMAC and Reiter. these kind of friends who live in LA, who you are friends with, who you say you're going to get a beer with, and then you hang out with them whenever you're on the road and never see them in LA.
I've had some guys like that. Yeah.
Kurt Heelan's that guy for me. One of my favorite people, basketball talk over on X, the man behind NBCSports.com's NBA coverage, and a friend of the show joining us now. So I'll say, Kurt, to you what I always say. We should get a drink, dude. Oh,
it turns out there are bars in Los Angeles. Who knew? Yeah, so
I know, dude. Or Long Beach.
Or Long Beach, or Manhattan, yeah, or up by you. Either way, yeah.
All right, so I don't even know how to start the sort of LeBron conversation, so I'll just leave it to you. What is your sort of temperature? What is the right way for you just to assess, think about, talk about LeBron James as we await his decision?
I'm thinking he's going to jump to NBA Europe and go to Real Madrid at this point. Like, I don't know.
Oh, dude, that would make me really hate it as a Barca fan.
You've got to give them this, and this is, you've covered this before, Bill. Rich Paul and LeBron are good at keeping a tight circle and kind of keeping everybody off balance and guessing. They don't really leak much, and they're enjoying the spotlight here. He's basking in it, whether he says that's what he wants to do or not. What I keep hearing is probably next week at this point. He wanted to wait till after World Cup, and I keep hearing Cleveland, but nobody really knows. If it was suddenly Philadelphia or Miami, I wouldn't be shocked. I think he's definitely going east because he wants to compete for something, and that's a much cleaner path than having to battle through the West with OKC and the Spurs and the Lakers with Luka and Jokic and everything that's in the West.
What's going on, Kurt? DMAC here. I've followed you for so many years. It's a pleasure to finally get to talk to you about the NBA.
Hey, and thank you for holding up Bill in this show. Like, I know you got to prop him up. So thank you for that.
Cosign.
Oh, you do not know how much you just made. Not just my day, my entire week, and probably my entire month, and possibly my entire year. But, Kurt, I do want to ask you about LeBron James and how things ended with the Los Angeles Lakers. There was some talk that maybe they worked some things out. He was looking for a major payday that he didn't want to take the minimum to come back. Do you think there was any consideration from LeBron's end or the Lakers' end to try to work something out to maybe further and probably end his career with the Lakers? Or do you think it was always he was going to leave the Lakers and find a new team this offseason?
I think it was always likely that he was going to leave the Lakers. I think if the money had been there, or if the Lakers had struck out on a lot of the stuff they wanted to do, if they weren't able to land Kessler, if other, they were struggling to re-sign Austin for whatever reason, like if any of that was going to happen, then yes, maybe. But I don't know, being around the team this year, I think by Christmas, the vibe was, this was it. Whether he played another year or not, it wasn't going to be with the Lakers. They realized when you have a superstar like Luka, you're on the clock. You're on the clock. He could sign a new contract tomorrow, and you're on the clock. You're always on the clock with him. And they had to pivot and get this thing to look better around him and more like a Luka team. And so they've done that. They did that this offseason. And LeBron was not really going to be part of that unless he was willing to take a huge financial hit, because they had to pay the guys that are going to be there ideally 3-4 years from now, 5 years from now.
The excellent Kurt Heelan here on DMAC and Reiter on the new 97.1, the fan, the voice of LA Sports. Kurt, I'm a little worried how optimistic and positive I've been about the Lakers offseason. And I don't know if I've just been drinking the Kool-Aid, spending too much time with DMAC, if I've got too much sun. So I'll be very curious sort of where you come down on this. What is your, as we try to assess the offseason moves from Rob Pelinka and Lakers brass, let me start with Walker Kessler. How do you feel about Kessler as just a fit in a vacuum, and how do you feel about the price that they paid, both in terms of the outgoing assets and obviously the money they gave him?
If you're going to get, well, first, to answer your first question first, I think he's a great fit if he's healthy. That's been your bet, right? He played 5 games after his shoulder surgery last year, but the year before that, he only played 50-something, whatever it is. Like, he's got to stay on the court, because when he's done that in the last couple of years, he's looked like exactly the kind of guy the Lakers need. He finishes lobs, he sets big screens, he rolls hard, and he is a very good shot blocker in the paint. So, like, and what Laker fans will enjoy if you watch him, he's like the only guy who blocks with both hands. Whichever hand is closer to the guy he's got to get, he smacks it with that one. It's kind of a wild thing. They paid a lot to get him, but two things. A, he was a restricted free agent. If you were going to get him, especially from the Ainge family and Utah, you were going to overpay. And secondly, I don't know if you guys noticed this summer, but centers, it was good to be a center. It was good to be an NBA center because everybody's looked around, seen that guy in San Antonio and said, we got to figure something out. We need somebody to be our, for lack of a better phrase, even though this didn't stop them, we need somebody to be our Isaiah Hartenstein, somebody who can body him up a little bit and give him some issues. And Walker Kessler can be that guy if he is the guy the Lakers are paying him to be. So I liked that move. And Bill, I like their offseason. My only concern is this. You're now locked into this. Kessler, Luka, Reeves, it better work. Like you this is it. And they overpaid for, I like Mamu a lot as an offensive fit. Like they need Grimes to step up and take a step up. But you paid a lot for all these guys. You only got like one swap and a few seconds left. You can't really pivot. This is it. It's got to work.
And how much of that, Kurt, do you think is the Lakers and Rob Pelinka showing Luka how committed they are to trying to put a roster around him now? I mean, was it absolutely pivotal to make these moves and be this active? You mentioned the Walker Kessler and giving up the first-round picks and the pick swaps. I mean, was it a no-brainer from the Lakers' point of view to say, hey, it might not work, but we're going to be extremely active just to show you, Luka, that we are going to go all in with you and trying to pursue a title?
They have to. I believe he's got 2 years left on his deal. I'd have to look at that up. I don't remember. Just signed an extension, so now it might be 2 years before he's got a player opt-out. But, again, you're always on the clock with a superstar. They can just force their way out. You've got to show him, hey, we're going to win with you here, and we're going to commit to – look, I don't want to get into the trade again, but, like, Dallas had done a really good job of building an athletic defensive shooting lineup. They built a really good lineup to go around Luka and then, blew it up for no reason. The Lakers are closer to that now than they were, a lot closer to that. And it's not perfect, and there's still going to have to be some moves around the edges. But I think that you just nailed it. If you want to keep Luka happy, if you don't want him to get a wandering eye, you had to do this now. Otherwise, you end up with him starting to look around, and now I got to think about trading him before he gets into his last year, and the offers get hard. Like, you had to do it now. And this was the summer they had the money lined up to do it.
Kurt Heelan, I'm going to ask you a question I know is not easy to answer, and so this is best guesswork. But let's say that these moves for the Lakers go reasonably well. Let's say that Austin Reeves develops the way that they want to and is worthy of the money, especially as guys make more money over the next few years. Let's say that Kessler is healthy. Let's say they get Jonathan Kuminga or they find some other wing. Let's just say that the plan kind of comes to fruition in a reasonable way. Given the state of the Western Conference, given whatever your temperature, your sort of verdict is on what Luka can or can't do with the right team, what is the likelihood that we are having reasonable conversations with you over the next 4 years about the Lakers being a championship-level basketball team in the Western Conference?
I'd say I'm trying to think of how to phrase this. I think there's a good chance, like a 50-50 chance, 65% chance. The problem, honestly, isn't that the Lakers that Luka can't do it or the Lakers can't do it. The problem is San Antonio and Oklahoma City are both young and built and stacked, and so like you've got it. It's not like, hey, we can go challenge them 1 year because like there's going to be down years or something. You're going to have to get past both of them. So, and they're kind of right now still on another tier. But if you're talking over like a 4-year window, I think there's a reasonable chance because the Lakers have that in them. I think that they are right now. I've got them. I think I had them. Well, I ranked them. I had a power rankings this week. I had them 4th in the West. What would have been 4th in the West. 9th in the league, but like behind OKC, San Antonio, and Denver, because I trust Denver a little more, only in that the Jokic guy is pretty good. He's done it a couple times. Like I believe in them, but I have them 4th, and they could finish. I think they're a top 6 team for sure, but I think when you get in the West, 3 to 6 with Minnesota and Houston are a little harder to predict, but I don't think that those 4 teams are separated by a lot, and in a year the other teams stumble, the Lakers could climb up and take a shot at this. Like Western Conference Finals and NBA Finals in the next 4 years are not out of the question. Like it's not crazy. It's just the mount that's Everest out in front of you, and it's not easy to climb.
Yeah, we're talking to the great Kurt Heelan here on DMAC and Reiter here on 97.1 The Fan. Kurt, I hope the Lakers aren't done. I really want them to get Jonathan Kuminga. How high are you on him as a player? Do you think that he can take this Lakers team maybe to not the next level, but be a guy that if he works out where, hey, he hasn't really gotten those opportunities to be a player that goes over 30 minutes. He was the number 7 pick in 2021. He's got opportunities in Golden State and with the Hawks, but really his camp is saying, hey, we haven't seen the best of Jonathan Kuminga. If the Lakers sign him, if they find a way to acquire him and get the best version of Jonathan Kuminga, do you think that that could take this team to another level? And do you think ultimately he will end up with the Lakers when this offseason's over?
Right now, I know that they're pretty far apart, and on two fronts. The Lakers and Hawks are kind of far apart. They want that pick swap that the Lakers have, the first-round pick swap, and I think it's 2032 off the top of my head. The other thing is Jonathan Kuminga wants, I've heard, mid-20s a year, 24, 25 million a year, and I know the Lakers, very publicly offered basically 10 million a year, 2 for 20. And by the way, I think that's a fair valuation for him. I'm not as high on Kuminga as most, and it's especially with the Lakers, and it's not, he's athletic, he defends, he's going to drive Laker fans and JJ Redick crazy for the same reason he drove Steve Kerr crazy. He wants the ball in his hands. He wants to be the man. He wants to be more of an Anthony Edwards kind of guy, because I'm not going to compare him to Luka. It's a very different style, but he wants the ball in his hands and to be more of an Anthony Edwards kind of guy, rather than play a role, rather than be a catch and shoot guy, rather than be the third option. He's not going to be comfortable with that. And I don't love the fit. And I really don't love the fit at 25 million a year for, 3 or 4 years. Like, I want a deal I can move if I bring him in or an option. So I'm not as high on him as most. If I thought he'd buy into the system, that would be different. But in Atlanta, he thrived for a while because they gave him the ball. But they were kind of figuring out that, man, Jalen Johnson and all, they like their other pieces better. And I loved Kingston Flemings for them, saw him at Summer League. I think they're going to be pretty good in Atlanta, and I'm not sure Kuminga is part of the long-term plan there, and I'm not sure I love his fit in L.A. I'm not sure where he goes, though, because he wants a lot more money than I don't know. I don't think it's out there for him.
Kurt Heelan, you are the absolute best. Doug and I appreciate you. It's good to see you. Let's actually get a drink someday.
Yes. Well, I'll even buy the first round.
I'm in.
You're buying the next 6, though, so,
I'll see you next week.
Take care, buddy.
Thank you, pal.
Take care, man.
See you, pal. Kurt Heelan, outstanding NBA writer, managing editor of Pro Basketball Talk over at NBCSports.com. We are going to preview the AFC West, and Doug is going to tell you why the Chargers can do some pretty special things next on DMAC and Reiter. of LA sports, accident or injury, text injury help to 40222. That's injury help to 40222. Finally, the star of the show can shine. Bursch has the NFL report.
It's time for the latest headlines on and off the gridiron. It's DMAC and Reiter's NFL report.
Let's get it.
I don't know why I said that. Was that helpful?
That was. Thank you.
Very enthusiastic.
Thank you.
Bursch, like, shut your pie hole, Reiter.
Finally, my time.
Shine.
Guys, we are finishing up our divisional previews. We've been going division by division for the last week and a half, diving into every single division, and today we are wrapping up with the AFC West, which, of course, the Broncos won the division last year. They lost the AFC Championship game. This offseason, they traded for Jalen Waddle. They fired OC Joe Lombardi and replaced him with Davis Webb.
So you and I are not aligned on this. I am not a big Sean Payton guy, and I think that there's a chance he rode the coattails of Drew Brees to the level of prominence he has and underperform with a guy that I think should have been considered more of a generational quarterback than he is. I could certainly be wrong, and Jalen Waddle's a great addition if they're going to prove me wrong.
I disagree. I think that Watson has shown that he can not only win, but he can go through the process of a down-to-the-studs rebuild to building a contender. And if it wasn't for the Bo Nix injury, there's a world where they make it to the Super Bowl, maybe even win the Super Bowl.
Or he loses anyway, and everyone's like, oh, that guy's a bum.
Well, I mean, just getting that close to the dance, there's something to that. I think that it says a lot about how they feel about this team because they're basically running back the same roster. This is an if it ain't broke, don't fix it approach by this Broncos team. And then Jalen Waddle, is he an elite receiver? No, but he's definitely another weapon they can use. The defense, the
elite
secondary.
Speed.
Yeah, no, he's
a great way. Look, if Sean Payton is the genius that Sean Payton will tell you that he is and will tell everyone else that he is, then this is a very nice addition to the chessboard for him.
It is. I mean, that tells you that they feel like they're close to having that championship roster, and they look at him as a final piece to that puzzle.
If you were that good, if you were a Super Bowl level team, the reason you didn't succeed is because your quarterback got hurt, why are you firing your offensive coordinator? This is like classic Sean Payton to me.
I mean, he fired Joe Lombardi after that AFC title. I mean, look,
which is it? It's an excuse or it's not? Why do you have to fire the OC?
Because someone's got to be the scapegoat.
That's exactly right.
But also, too, I think
a real leader and a guy that's confident and a guy that's a star be like, we're fine. We would have been great. We didn't have our quarterback. Don't worry about it. I don't know, but this need that you're also practicing by everybody. He's so amazing. He's so amazing. He won one Super Bowl with a quarterback that had a chance to be much more successful. I think there's a chance he's the Jerry Krause to Drew Brees' much less version of Michael Jordan.
Look, that's the thing. I think that he's kind of a psychotic, hey, I got to win at all costs. I look at that aggressive move as saying, hey, we were so close, and yes, there was an injury, but I feel like you give me a couple tweaks, and I trust that CEO approach. And I think that he trusts and he respects the mind that Davis Webb is. And look, I mean,
a lot of Doc Rivers in there for me. A lot of Doc Rivers.
They had the 14th ranked scoring offense, and they won 14 games. So if they can bump that up to a top 5 to 10 range with a really good defense, the Broncos are very close. They are close. I'm not the biggest. For me, I think we're different. And I'm not a big Bo Nix guy, but I'm a big Sean Payton guy.
See, it's funny. I'm not a big Sean Payton guy, but I'm like, wow, Bo Nix just won some games with Sean. I'm just not sure. And to your point about the offense last year, you're right. Maybe they regress. Maybe that's just it was a statistical anomaly last year.
It's possible. It definitely is.
Well, we've talked about him plenty already today, but let's dive more into the Chargers, who this offseason, they hired Mike McDaniel as offensive coordinator to replace Greg Roman. They gave Derwin James an extension. They re-signed Khalil Mack. They signed center Tyler Biadasz.
Do you want to do a take? We can tweet out, or? Sorry, it's me. The joke behind the joke is that Bursch is the most humble, producer first, doesn't need the limelight producer I've worked with, which is a great quality. And we left for one day, and it was just like the Bursch show on social media.
Bursch and Co. 97 with a fan.
Oh, no.
I love it, though.
Co spelled C-O. It's not even James Co. It's Bursch.
Wow. Jeez.
Damn, Bursch.
The hammer. Look, I think that you got to protect Justin Herbert at all costs. If you can do that, you feel good about it. You have Joe Alt back. He is their premier offensive lineman. He played just 6 games last year, had season-ending ankle surgery. And like we talked about earlier in the show, Justin Herbert, a career-high 54 sacks. It was a patchwork offensive line. They led the league with 268 pressures, taking a 43.3 pressure rate. The dude was running for his life. I think if Justin Herbert had a good, because I feel like
Why are you staring at me like that?
I feel like you hate Justin Herbert.
I don't. I feel like you look to praise every single athlete sometimes because you're afraid of criticizing them, and I think that Justin Herbert is worthy of some criticism.
That's fair, but I think that the real criticism for me is the roster that the Chargers have put together around Justin Herbert. To me, it feels like they've had a Bugatti and they park it on the street when it should be parked in a nice garage that can protect it. There's no protection for Justin Herbert. I mean, his girlfriend, Madison Beer, could probably block defensive players better than half their offensive line last year. I mean, they were just atrocious at times. It was patchwork, and I think that he deserves an opportunity to see what he looks like with a good offensive line.
I just won Doug McCain bingo, by the way. My final square was Madison Beer.
Yeah.
Bingo!
Yeah. You can have a Madison Beer with Kurt Healy, maybe.
Madison Beer had a video with some stretching. She was doing some stretching. It was interesting, like flexibility moves.
Interesting.
It's on my algorithm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Guess got my,
I couldn't bear to watch it.
I guess I got the next break figured out from this show. That was a sinister laugh.
By me or you? It was by you. It was also you laughing at your own joke very loudly.
But I like the fact you brought up the Mike McDaniel effect is going to be real too. I think their success or failure is largely going to be tied with how big of an impact he can have on Justin Herbert and this team.
I'm the opposite of this on the Broncos. I am all in on their head coach and their coordinator, and I'm very interested and curious about their quarterback, and I think there'll be less. You're right, he wasn't protected, but there's some of that protection's returning. So we'll see. Again, could be a good season.
They scored combined 15 points in their last 2 wild card exits.
Yes.
15 points, man. You got to do better than that. And that's why they fired Greg Roman. So let's see if Mike McDaniel can be that dude. And also, I love the addition of David Njoku. That's going to be big. Tight end, another weapon for Justin Herbert. So, hey.
Let him cook if he can.
The Herbo hate.
I don't hate him. I'm just not going to anoint him like you are. You put him in the Hall of Fame already.
Okay. See, okay, all right.
I just want him to win a playoff game.
I would too. And it's going to happen this year.
Great.
Guys, the Chiefs went 6-11 last year. This offseason, they traded Trent McDuffie to the Rams, and then they let Jalen Watson sign with the Rams. They brought Eric Bieniemy back to replace Matt Nagy as OC. They signed running back Kenneth Walker. Rashee Rice did a month in jail.
This feels like this is a reset year. This is a write-off year for the Chiefs. And I'm not – Mahomes is like Brady. He can win 10 games with a bad team, and maybe he will if he's healthy and he comes back at 100% or 97.5% or whatever your number is. But this is – if you are the other teams on this list, not named the Raiders, this is your year to take advantage of what's going on in Kansas City.
I agree. I mean, when we see these long careers, the Tom Brady, my good friend, careers –
very close to you.
Is
Go back, Tom, I love
security. What? When you see these long careers, there's always going to be a reset. There's going to be some gap years, and maybe this could be a gap year. You mentioned Eric Bieniemy. I think that his stock has absolutely plummeted over the years. I mean, he had a stint at UCLA where he was not well received by the players and coaches, did not end well there. He wasn't my friend. He was my Bieniemy when he was in Westwood. But
wow. Dude, Eric Bieniemy's awful.
He's pretty bad.
Can't believe they hired him back.
Yeah, I mean, that's interesting.
This is just so they can fire him after they go 7-10.
I know, right? And that, I mean, they ranked their offense was better with him, but it was also you had Tyreek Hill, you had better players at different positions. But like the star of the show said, he mentioned with the losing of the cornerbacks, they're gonna have to see if they can rebuild that cornerback room on the fly, and if they can get a lot of production from the draft picks that they put the Mansour Delane from LSU. It's going to be really interesting to see if he can be that next Trent McDuffie or Jalen Watson.
I love it.
And the last one here, the Raiders. They had the worst record in the NFL this offseason. They drafted Fernando Mendoza, number 1 overall. They traded away Geno Smith. They signed Kirk Cousins. They hired Clint Kubiak as their head coach. They tried to trade Max Crosby, and they signed center Tyler Linderbaum.
Look, I don't think they're going to win very many games this year. I am really looking forward to seeing Mendoza start around week, what do you think, 4?
I think 4. I think 6. I forgot I mapped it out. I think it was 6 after
yeah.
who I forgot what it was. But yeah, I mean, it is Mendoza's first training camp, and you've got some pieces. Ashton Genty a young, talented running back. You got Brock Bowers, young, talented tight end. But who's going to be the receiver, I think, is the big question to me. I heard that too.
Yeah.
Who's going to be the wide receiver? But I will say that
my turn to
Max
make noise?
Crosby. How does Max Crosby bounce back from that almost trade? But yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens.
You're a dog with a bone.
This year.
You just like talk through it. You're just
For-
like, I'm gonna go. I have more stats. I have more facts. Get it. Listen.
I was just trying to get to this. The Raiders.
Oh my God, you got it. No, please continue.
No, I mean like that. Lots of big. I think you bring the best point as far as what if it's week 4, if it's week 6.
Whatever it is.
It's going to feel like the evaluation of their season is going to begin by whenever we see Fernando Mendoza.
When I did a former show, a solo show, I would name people and call them the same name. Can I tell you my name for Kirk Cousins? Because some people thought it was too much.
Hit me.
Kirk kissing Cousins. Because
Whoa.
rooting for Kirk Cousins was like kissing your cousin. It just, maybe you think it's a good idea, but it's always going to be wrong.
That's amazing. That's hilarious.
Kirk kissing Cousins.
I actually touched Fernando Mendoza's Heisman yesterday. Yeah, look, check it out. It's me and Fernando Mendoza.
Wait.
Yeah, I actually touched him. I touched Fernando Mendoza his Heisman.
You look so proud of yourself. Oh, you got the crazy eyes though.
Do I?
This is what you do. Can the camera see the crazy eyes?
Wow, that's a pretty aggressive zoom, man. Oh wow.
Look at your eyes though.
Yeah, dude, I got some crazy
You
eyes.
want to make some more Ohtani jokes, Ryder? Come closer.
So hey, we'll see.
The Raiders are going to be the most interesting watch they've been in a long time. Because if Max Crosby's there, which I guess he is, like, okay, that's interesting. And Kirk Cousins trying to prove he belongs in the NFL, which I don't know that he does any longer, at least as a starter. And then Mendoza, they're not going to be good, but at least they won't be boring. I'm here for it. All right, DMAC and Reiter here on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA Sports. Every Friday, we do a list, a top 5 and a bottom 5 of something. And since we're going on vacation next week, Doug and I don't want to go, but Doug made me, we are going to do a vacation-themed list next here on DMAC and Reiter.
All right, what up, LA? Happy Friday. Final hour of the show for us, but don't worry. You are still live and local till 10 o'clock tonight. James Coe Show coming up at 6 o'clock. This, though, for now, is DMAC and Reiter, presented by DTLA Law Group on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA sports. Accident or injury, visit calldowntown.com. That's calldowntown.com. As our producer, Mr. Bershinger, noted to us, Sasaki is at 101.8 and 101.7 so far in this Dodgers game against the Yankees. It remains 0-0. What are we in the third inning now? I don't even have it in front of me. Where are we at? Where are we at, DMAC?
Got to be
Fourth,
let's
top
see.
of the
Fourth? Is it 0?
Yeah.
0-0?
Come on, Roki. A little soccer?
Sorry.
A little 0-0. I like
I'm
it.
in the mood.
I like it when you make a good point or you come at me, you tilt your head and you like just stare in my soul.
Do I really?
You do. I kind of do. That's why I had to put the screen up earlier.
I'm gonna get some rods installed on my neck. So
don't do it. I like it.
Straight up.
Don't change.
Hey.
No.
Not moving
Don't
for anyone.
Do it. Don't do it.
Not going to have any tells. Not going to tip my pitches.
What do you got on vacation next week? What are you rocking?
Man, it's going to be pretty cool. It's going to be chilled out at the house. Do nothing.
I don't want to, don't tell this to anybody, but I didn't want to go on vacation, but you insisted. So if our boss Andrew's listening, I don't want him to know that you were like, I got a vacation. And I'm like, all right, I'll take one for the team. I'll be the one requesting.
Yeah, okay.
I'll go to
Okay,
the principal's
buddy.
office.
I actually am going on a field trip with my daughter on Thursday to some type of
where?
It's some type of water park situation, which should be cool.
Oh, yeah.
I got her some water shoes.
That'll be fun, dude.
That'll be good times. I got to see what I'm going to do. Like I said, I'm going to Spain. Spain, baby! I'm going to Spain in a couple of weeks, August 15th. So, I mean, it's kind of like, that's like my
you're
big
taking
vacation.
another week off this summer?
Just following your lead, buddy.
I'll be working that week.
You're my fullback. I'm your running back. Hit the A-gap, coach.
I'm working that week.
You are?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the one. Okay, that's right.
Yeah, that's weird. I'm taking a couple weeks off. After that, we're going up to Monterey, Carmel by the Sea on Sunday. We're gonna leave at 4:30 in the morning so we can stop in Big Sur and catch the game, Argentina-Spain, which we'll preview in a few minutes. We're going to Half Moon Bay, and we're going to. Do you say Paso Robles or Paso Roble? I think it's Robles technically, but I always say it.
Yeah, I think I heard someone say Robles, so I've been running with that one. I love Monterey though. We went on you know what a baby moon is?
No. Oh yeah.
So it's like when you're having a baby, you go on like a trip while she's still.
No, I got it.
Yeah. So we went to.
Okay.
we went to Monterey, and the aquarium there is crazy. The food's awesome. You can go on that awesome drive. You can check out Pebble Beach. But my dog Kobe actually snuck out of our hotel. Right, it was running around where our hotel was.
Sure.
I literally remember scaling multiple balconies on the third floor of a hotel, and people were.
It's in honor of the vacation Doug made. He and I take next week. Do you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go
We're
first.
doing best first, right?
Doing best. All right. So for best.
Number 5.
I'm going to go Dominican Republic. I went to the Dominican Republic for my honeymoon back in 20, forgot what year it was. And of course, I'm just kidding. But Dominican Republic is a great place. The beaches, but I got to experience the baseball culture. And I was able to see how much they love the game, was able to go to some of the fields and just see what it was like. And it's really awesome. In the Dominican Republic, they call it La Sangre, the blood of a baseball player. So they can tell early on if they feel like they're going to be a special player. I love the culture. I love the vibe. Dominican Republic at number 5.
Number 4.
Number 4, I got to go with Tokyo. A couple years ago, went there to cover the Dodgers, but I also stayed there for a couple days after with my wife. We went to Disney by the Sea. Burst would have loved that, but also awesome stuff. Sumo wrestlers. The food is incredible. The food at 7-Eleven is as good, if not better, than most restaurants here in the United States. Like, it's that magical. The food in Tokyo. Tokyo's a great place. I want
to go to Tokyo so badly, dude.
Oh, it's the best.
Amazing.
I mean, you can go out any time of night. It's peaceful. It's quiet. It's respectable. Everywhere you look, you see a Shohei Ohtani advertisement, which is kind of crazy.
I bet.
But Tokyo's amazing. It's such a culturally significant place, but also you get to have a lot of great food. Every time you have sushi there, it's like the chefs take it personal, dude. Like, it is ridiculous how good the sushi is in Tokyo. Okay, let's keep moving, baby.
Number 3.
Number 3, I went to London 5-6 years ago for a Manchester United Tottenham Hotspurs game, but also got to check out the whole entire city. The Indian food in London is actually really incredible.
Oh, dude, it's amazing.
It's so good.
It's the best in the world.
No, that's the thing. The Indian food's there.
Yep.
Got to see my favorite Broadway show, Les Miserables, which started
on the
there.
West End.
One day more, another day, another destiny. So yeah, that was fun. London's a cool place. Keeps it moving though.
Number 2.
Number 2 went to Seoul, South Korea 3 years ago, and man, Korean people love to party, dude.
Really?
If you go to the bars, if you go to the clubs there, it is insane. They're hospitable. They want you to drink with them. The food there is amazing. The streets are super clean. I'm upset. I don't know if you know this, but I'm really obsessed with buildings, like skyscrapers.
Okay.
One of my favorite movies
Didn't
as a
know.
kid was The Towering Inferno. If you've ever seen that movie.
No.
And I went up to the very top of the Seoul Tower, which is the 5th biggest building in the world.
Okay.
And I got to walk through the glass there. You pay extra. You can walk over glass.
Oh, I couldn't do that.
You couldn't do that?
No. How
Yeah.
was it?
It was pretty scary, but I'm into it.
And you're still here.
I'm still here, so I'll go with that. And I also got to see the Dodgers, too. Great Dodgers love in that city, too. I mean, they're so popular. They love baseball. Massive part of the culture. So now let's go to number 1.
Number 1.
Number 1, I got to go with Italy. Italy, Rome. I was going to go so when I looked up to see the Sistine Chapel,
Yeah.
like literally I got goosebumps. The hair on my arms like popped up, and they told people don't take pictures of it. And I took a picture of it, and the person got mad at me. They're like, "Why are you taking pictures of it?" I snuck a picture of it, which I shouldn't have.
That's amazing.
But Italy's awesome. I love Italian food. The Trevi Fountain. We threw a little, some money, and then you kiss your wife or girlfriend or whatever, and it's good luck. And like, so that was a great moment. I didn't look. I mean, like
was it your wife or girlfriend?
The St. Peter's Basilica. I climbed to the top of that, which is crazy. You go to the top and you got these little stairs there. La Pieta, all kinds of really cool art. So and also too, I love pizza. It's like my favorite food. I know, right? Super culture, right? So the pizza, the Italian food, absolutely otherworldly, super incredible. So yeah, I would say that's my top 5.
I loved it. Let's give him a cheer. That was amazing. I did mine a little differently. I broke into 2 categories.
Number 5.
So I have worked 20, and I'm not complaining, but for the last 20 years until a year ago, I worked 2 or 3 full-time jobs. I worked all the time. For the last 5 or 6 years, I would wake up at 4:30 in the morning, work until noon, maybe sleep until 2, work until 5, eat with my kids, eat dinner till 7, then work from 7 to midnight because I had multiple jobs. So when I lost my CBS job a year ago because we mutually decided they didn't want me anymore, and then when the station that I work for, the network I work for, shut down, I started traveling for the first time. So I'm going to put some of the, I travel, but I had this freedom. So what number are we on? I forgot.
Number 4.
So my friends here, my closest friends here, one of them's from Mexico City. He's from Mexico. The other lived there. I'd never been to Mexico City. So I'm doing very specific. I did a dude trip in February with 3 of my boys. One of them's Bruno, who was listening on the chat a little bit ago. And it was, have you been to Mexico City?
No.
It was life-changing. Now, I wish someone had warned me about the altitude because I got crazy. I'm like, let's drink! And the next morning I had altitude sickness. It's really high. Mexico City in this context of being free, not having any jobs at the time, being I guess I don't have any work and I have saved a little bit of money, so let's just go with people who are from there, know the restaurants, know the vibe. It was one of the best experiences I've ever had.
Number 3.
On a very similar note, my high school buddies, my 3 friends, Ross, Ken, and Ryan, every year go on like a high school dude trip. I've been going since we graduated in 96. I've never gone. I've always just been, or 2000 is when I got to college. I've always been working. Every year I say I'm going to go. We went to New York City this past November, and I love New York City. I used to live there, and I got to show a couple. They've been there, but one hadn't, and one hadn't really done it. I got to show them around and more just like reconnect with my high school boys, which was super. But again, the benefits of unemployment. Thank you, Odyssey, that I'm no longer unemployed, but I tried to take advantage of as much as I could.
Number 2.
Barcelona, baby. I love that city. And the same note, I went to Barcelona with a buddy of mine right before this station launched. I went for 2 weeks. Our boss, Andrew, let me go because we weren't sure about the dates. And I ate everything in sight. I drank everything in sight. My wife let me go with my buddy from here, Bruno. Amazing, amazing experience.
Number 1.
No, number 2, right? It's okay.
Number 2.
Right? It's all right, it happens. Birch is like, why are these guys talking? It's the Birch show. These next two are two things I've always wanted to do. You tell me if you'd ever be interested in this, because it's a very time consuming. First one, I want to start wherever the Mississippi River is a creek, and I want to hike it until it's a river, and I want to float the entire thing to the ocean, basically, to the Gulf. Is that weird?
A little weird, but I respect it.
I grew up in the Mississippi
I'm
River.
at it.
All right, it's my Mark Twain moment.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
There's lies,
right?
damn lies, and rivers.
Number 1.
This is like my ultimate vacation dream, and I've never had the money or the time, and I probably never will. But I've always wanted to find a way to go to every major league ballpark in one summer.
Dude,
right?
Yeah, that sounds like
just do it.
something we should do one of these years.
I think we could do remote. You think?
Maybe I can join Ross and Ken and get on that list.
Let's go.
Your best friends.
Let's do it. You can't go.
Okay.
That's me. All right, now our worst.
All right, so this
vacations.
one. Okay, let's hit it.
This is what I'm looking forward to.
Number 5.
All right, number 5. This one's a little complicated because this could easily be my number 1 best.
Okay.
And it's when I went to the Philippines for the first time back in 2018. Went all around the Philippines. I swam with whale sharks. I climbed all these cool mountains. I saw this incredible stuff in different places of the Philippines. But I was supposed to ask my wife's dad for permission to marry her. You know how you do? You go hey, you want to have a conversation? I want to take your daughter as my wife. You're supposed to get approval, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I never did it, and he kept giving me the vibe to do it, and he kept giving me the vibe to do it. Really?
I did. I just thought it was sexist.
Wow.
Why would I ask another man for permission? I felt it would disrespect his.
Well, I mean, I know people. I
disrespectful.
have a friend Joe who did that too.
What, your daughter's property? No, man. She can make up her own mind.
Well, I mean, it's just a little
love
talk
my
about your
father-in-law,
plans. I mean, even if they say no, I would have done it. So,
Which is why it's also totally disingenuous, and I wasn't here for it.
yeah.
Can I have permission for this? No, I'm doing it anyway. Then it's not even asking permission.
Yeah, I mean, it's a courtesy thing.
How courteous can it be if you don't care what he has to say?
Well, so that's the thing. So I didn't. Well, my whole thing too is I just want to be okay, I'm acting awesome, and I'm
you're acting how?
If I was I was being really cool. That was the first time I got to spend a long time with them.
You just described yourself as awesome.
No, to them I was.
I know.
I didn't want them to think, oh, he's doing that just so he can get approval.
In every way.
Yeah, I was going out to dinners, being really fun and having a great time. Another thing too is I went to. So I couldn't I just couldn't go to the bathroom this whole trip too.
Wow.
So I was really in bad shape. I don't know why, and it got a little crazy. But I'll go as number 5. Let's leave it there.
Wait, that's the story?
Well, no. So okay, do you really want to know the story? It's really gross.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was at her family's aunt's house or something, and
being perfect.
Yeah, and I hadn't gone for a long time, 6 days.
The bathroom.
And finally I
6
go.
days?
Yeah, 6 days. And finally I go, and the thing wouldn't flush.
Oh yeah, no, you're in trouble.
It wouldn't flush, and it was not a good time. So yeah, it was a really embarrassing moment.
And when he said no, you married her anyway.
Yeah, and I was like, hey, can I take your daughter? Everything ended out great. All right, let's keep it moving.
Number 4.
So this one, I was in Mexico for one of those all expenses, one of those Estapa Mexico for one of those all in expenses paid, the unlimited food, drinks, and relaxation. It was basically unlimited trips to the bathroom because another situation didn't go well, and kind of got some food poisoning. Also, too, there was this salsa that said extra picante. I was like, oh, how bad could this be? I tried this salsa, and 15 minutes later, I was drinking pool water because I couldn't find any milk, and my face felt like it was going to burn off.
Dude, you have told me that you're into spicy food.
But this was ridiculous.
No, we had something recently that wasn't spicy, and you were like, ah! What are you doing? Don't punish yourself.
Okay, it's spicy, but it was ended up being a pretty interesting trip. Let's keep it moving.
It's the force worth of your life.
All right, number 3, I was in Vancouver for a bachelor party. We were on this raft, and we were having a good time. It was a rafting situation. I'm drinking some beers. I stand up. I slip on the beer. I fall into the river, and I look up, and that raft is 30, 40 feet away from me in these really choppy waters. It was really terrifying. I was really...
Oh, no.
I thought I was donezo, baby. I went full Michael Phelps mode, dude. I turned on my jets, and I swam 30 feet, it felt like, to get to this raft. And I show up, and I think they're going to be oh, my gosh, we're so happy you're safe. They're all laughing. They're all laughing hysterically about this whole thing. I'm like, dude, do you know I just almost died? And they think it's the funniest thing in the world. They fell this raft, so I got to go for that one.
Number 2.
Number 2, one time we flew to we flew to see the national championship game. It was Ohio State and Florida, right? My mom was dating this one guy, and she was a big Ohio State fan. I was rooting for them because that's who she was a big fan of. Ohio State got absolutely blown out, and the guy was so upset he ditched my mom and left us in Arizona. And we were there like stranded.
What?
It was so weird. He was supposed to, it was super weird. So this one guy like ditched. I mean, like that was, I'm trying to be honest here. That was a weird one. That was a weird one. It was kind of
jerk.
He was a super jerk.
What's his first name?
What was that guy's name?
Bleep you, jerk face.
My mom's had some interesting she had this one boyfriend named Mosin, who one time we were at a red light and he fell asleep in his red Mercedes SL. And we're in the middle of an intersection. We all had to wake him up and shake him. So she's had some interesting
conversations at red
boyfriends.
light.
Okay.
Number one.
Okay, number one, I'm going to go into the DeLorean, and I'm going to look at the future.
Hold on. I'm just next week.
My number one.
Your mom's ex-boyfriend.
My number one vacation, that's the worst one.
Okay.
I'm going with next week. And that's because
mine.
I'm not going to be here doing a show with you.
That's what I have number one.
I'm not saying it's a bad time to take a vacation, but this is all I know now. This is life for me now. I said, I get up every day. It feels like it's Christmas morning to do this show. I don't know what I'm going to do next week.
That's what it says on mine. I have it written down. Next week,
well, you need your little foldies, whatever you were doing
stole
earlier.
It from me.
Yeah.
I'll miss you too. All right. I'm going to go first from now on these things.
Okay.
All right.
Number 5.
All right, worst vacations all time. This is the thing that it pisses me off so much when other people get invited to something that I didn't know about. Like, if you and I go to dinner and you invite a stranger without telling me, I will stand up and leave. I am not social like that. Like, you tell me, fine. I have been on some vacations where friends of mine have invited, like, people I didn't like. And it's the worst. It's a general principle. It is the worst thing on the face of the earth.
Number 4.
A Christmas vacation, 2009. I had a 6-month-old daughter, Madeline. Lori and I had no time off. I worked for a checks notes psychopath of a boss. You guys ever had he was an evil boss. And we had our first week off. I was so excited. And Lori and I got norovirus or something. Lori fainted and fell on the floor. And I spent the entire week in the room you don't want to be in for an entire week in your house, the bathroom. I will not share the details, but I was very excited about that time off, and it didn't happen.
Number 3.
Vegas in the summertime. I've been there multiple times for workations for Summer League, and I've been there for the World. I went for the World Series of Poker last year with my brother. It was 122 degrees. I love Vegas. Vegas is amazing. I love the Strip. I love downtown. I love the food. I love to gamble. I love the vibes. I love the desert. Vegas in summer is hell on earth.
Number 2.
Being an NBA writer, planning your vacation with your wife for right now. You know why? It's not me. It's so beautiful that it's not me. If you're Sam Amick right now, or Sham doesn't take vacation, or any of these other guys, if you're Jeff Zilgud, if you're Kurt Hillen, you are waiting on LeBron. You are a hostage. You are stranded. You are in Hawaii or Arizona or England, and your entire family's on vacation. You're just awake with your phone on.
Number 1.
You stole mine next week. But the difference is I mean it.
Oh, come.
I'm
you know
gonna
what?
miss you.
Hey, you know what?
It's gonna
crazy.
be hard.
I mean it more than you.
Oh, I know you are, but what am I? The classic comeback.
Yeah, exactly, right?
By the way, do you want to get back into your mom's boyfriend?
Oh, no, we got some good
Some stuff, dude.
We got some good stuff with those. You know, I actually omitted a Vegas one that you made me think of.
Okay,
one time I
me.
went to Vegas, Wet Republic. Ronaldinho was there
Wow.
in his heyday, just
Tell me more.
partying, drinking. It was like the dude was like a god, like just
Yeah.
women everywhere, dudes
Yes.
popping bottles. And me and my friends were trying to get close just to I don't know, get some of the aftershocks. I don't know. It's like being near him, whatever. And so we were buying bottles and things like that. My friends were trying to ball out. I got wasted, fell asleep at Wet Republic in the middle of the Vegas summer. And I woke up, my whole back was bright red.
No.
It was so painful that they actually the people that worked there allowed me to hang out in the freezer at Wet Republic.
Come on.
Yeah, it was crazy. So they were I'd be in the freezer all drunk, man, I'm drunk and I got a sunburn, please, and they're oh, just checking on me. But that one was crazy, dude.
I have an actual Vegas trip that could have been number one on both of those lists. My brother, who's a great guy, married an amazing woman. But Bob was a bit of a player back in the day, my brother Bobby, and he was a wild person, and we thought he'd never get married. And for some reason, I made a deal that if he ever got married, that I would go on an 8-day Vegas bachelor party with him. And then he got married. I was his best man. So I did an 8-day, no holds barred, nonstop Vegas bachelor party where the Maloofs, who used to own the Kings, like took care of us and comped us a dinner and took us to XS. I mean, it was the first 4 days were some of the most fun I've ever had in my entire life, and the last 4 days were the hangover. And like the one story that I will tell, I behaved. The one story that I will tell is that I got so drunk because like day 7 or 8, and my brother and his buddy did a, I don't know, 4 or 5, 16 parlay, but I was hammered for 24 hours in a row. And I remember, I'll never forget, I was at a table and they're like, we won, this random team won a game, let's go. We won, what was it? I think I won $6,000 or $7,000 was my cut of this ticket. And we went to Kraft Steakhouse at MGM. You ever been there? It's amazing. And so we bought the Wagyu steak and we bought this $1,000 bottle of wine. And like I basically had a $5,000 meal. And like an idiot, I came home just drained, 8 days, hungover. My soul was gone. My wife's like, how was it? And I'm like, it was amazing. I had this amazing, and I told the story. And there's just, she goes, you spent $5,000 on a dinner? I'm like, no, I want it. She's like, you spent $5,000? The steak was so good. And she sounded like she spoke to me for a month.
Wow.
Yeah.
8 days in Vegas.
It was, oh, dude, it was awful.
I was saying about Vegas. I spent a year there one night, and just 8 days is crazy.
Dude, I think I told this story on the air, maybe off the air.
$5K?
Dude, we had a buddy. My brother's friend Zach was down to like $7, and we were at XS. And if you're in the VIPs, I didn't know this. You're in the VIP area. There's nobody there but like celebrities, and there's crowds of people around you in a circle. David Guetta was performing, and the security guard was like, hey, you can go over there and pick someone to come in. And I'm like, what? He's like, you can pick anyone. And there are all these women like, choose me, choose me, choose me. And I had my wedding ring on. He's like, okay, not you, but so all these guys started just going over to like girls like you. It was like they were Ronaldinho. And Zach got so drunk that he ran into the crowd, and we're trying to, with $7 in his pocket, and we lost him for days. And then several days later, we just found him in the bathroom naked with 2 black eyes and $10,000 in chips in his pocket.
Jeez.
And he wouldn't tell us where the money came from.
That's insane. Some guy just can't handle Vegas, dude.
Some guys just can't handle Vegas. But you know what we can handle? A World Cup preview next on DMAC and Reiter. and my son Henry, we're all going, and Lori's going too. There's 5 of us. They're really pumped. Weirdly, I told Lori, I'm like, let's just get him in. Let's get him there. We'll get him the tickets, and maybe we'll sneak away and have a little dinner. And Lori goes, no. I'm very excited about it.
She's like, hey, we're staying.
She's into it too, man. Yeah. I mean, it sounds really, really fun. I just thought maybe the kids want their own time, but she's like, no, I want to be one of the kids too. Like, all right,
hey,
let's do it.
Let's
get it.
Wait, no, there's one. I think it's the great. Wait, seeing Gravedigger is basically like seeing Shohei or Messi. I mean, he's hyped. Like he's got the green, the black. It's literally iconic, dude. It's kind of like seeing Evel Knievel, I guess. I mean, I think you're gonna come in when we have our next show. You're gonna be mind
fired
blown.
up.
I think you will be, dude. Like it is. I've been, like I said, it is like you think like, oh wait, what is this about? Like, and then it's super noisy. It's super loud.
Okay.
But like what I love about it too is like in this day and age, even Dodger games, you can you second screen it. You look at your phone, dude. It's like being at a soccer match in Europe. Like everyone is completely engaged because you're just all eyes.
They're locked in.
They're absolutely locked in, dude.
All right. So again, to reiterate the sort of commitment you have to this show, which is pretty amazing. You were here Wednesday. You got off the air at 6 o'clock. That's when we get done. You Ubered directly to LAX. You flew to New York on the red eye. You got up on Thursday. You didn't get up. You landed in New York City. You did work. You spread the word about DMAC and Reiter. You chased down Tom Brady and scared the holy hell out of that guy. You had your name literally on the marquee with LeBron and Tom Brady. You know, it was LeBron, Tom Brady. Who came first, LeBron or Brady?
It was LeBron.
LeBron, then Brady, then I'm not making this up. Then Doug McCain. Then you did, I'm sure, some dinners and some like saying what's up and some sourcing. Then you got on another plane the same day that you landed. So you landed at probably, 5 in the morning? You probably flew out another 16 hours later. You got in last night at 2 in the morning here, our time. Then you got up and you came to the radio show. You're a beast, bro. I'm being totally serious.
Hey, man, I'm about this life. I love doing this show with you. This is the most exciting thing that I've ever been a part of. I've had a lot of cool opportunities, but nothing can top this thing. I'm just, hey, man, I felt sad about missing the show yesterday. And then today being back, hey, man, this is just the beginning, brother.
I know. It is. It's real. Top 3 highlights of Fanatics Fest for you.
Definitely, I think number 1 was the Tom Brady situation because it was kind of hilarious. But you see how I just said brother?
Yeah.
I'm doing that because that's what he said to me.
He said brother.
He's like, thanks, brother. Yeah.
He gave you a brother.
He gave me a brother. He said Shohei Ohtani. He's like, I have a Dodgers jersey on. I'm wearing the same one I wore yesterday, by the way.
I'm not judging you. It smells great.
Yeah.
You look great.
So you guys got a goat. And he was talking about Shohei Ohtani.
Did
so
you go, you're the goat?
Yeah, I was like, you're the goat of all goats, Tom! Ah! Yeah, I was just like, I was trying to be cool, and then I was like, wait. I was walking by, I see Tom Brady going to a vending machine. I'm like, it's not a big deal. That's just Tom Brady. Wait a minute, that's just Tom Brady? Ah! I was like, it was a beetle or something. You know what I mean?
Were other people freaking out like you?
They were a lot. So here's the thing. People freak out. And I was a victim of it. I mean, I broke this rule too. It's like people freak out, but everyone has like their phones out like at all times.
Yep.
Right. So that definitely was the number 1 highlight. The number 2 highlight for me, though.
Okay.
You'll find this. You probably know this. You'll probably find out more about this. I absolutely love college football. Massive college football fan. And I got to hold on to a Heisman Trophy. It was Fernando Mendoza's Heisman Trophy. I thought that was really cool. I mean, I think it's the most iconic individual award. And here's the thing, too. So they did this thing. It was for the Big Ten Network. By the way, our guy Brock Vereen, all Big Ten player from Minnesota. I was thinking of Brock when I saw the Minnesota logo right there. And they had this really cool thing where the Big Ten employee would throw you a football and you had to jump onto this mat. And I jumped. I did a little somersault, and then I spiked it.
You did not.
And I really did. I got some video.
New York and did like we're jumping on mats catching balls.
Yeah,
you're amazing.
And I spiked it. And I thought the guy would like it. And he just kind of gave me a dirty look. So yeah, he didn't really love it that much.
How tired are you right now?
I'm running on adrenaline. I'll tell you that much. Third thing I would say,
talk to me.
Love me some sushi. Crush some incredible sushi after that.
Do you remember where you went?
I don't know.
Because you're in Brooklyn, right?
I was sitting next to these people who said that they said they were going to call in. They were Knicks fans. And I was like, they had been to all the Knicks home games for the finals. And I was like, oh, so you guys are billionaires, right? Because, geez, and yeah, he was, big into the.
Wait, you don't know the sushi? Because I used to live.
I forgot what it's
really
called.
Close.
I can find out. It was incredible.
You were at Barclays.
Yeah, pretty close to there.
4 blocks from there.
Yeah, that was
a little further.
That was pretty pretty awesome. And also, man, just seeing the fans that watch the show for that was really cool, too.
That is really cool.
Yeah, and also in the W fan, the East Coast version, they had an incredible setup. It looked almost like it was like an outdoor
WFAN.
barbecue. WFAN.
Yeah.
They had an outdoor barbecue. I would say of all the radio situations there, everyone there, they had the most people there, the biggest buzz there. So I was proud. Because I had my 97 the fan hat. I was proud to be a part of this, baby.
Part of this.
Yeah.
They're like, get out of the way.
They were like, hey, dude, peace out.
Please move. Dude, that sounds amazing. Here's my sort of like big point of joy. I have never had a major sporting championship event like the World Cup final that has occurred where I have felt more like I can't lose. I can't lose. And maybe, somebody on the chat called me a homer. That's fine. Or a bandwagon fan. I love Spain. We spend time in Spain. I'm a huge Barca fan. Lamine Yamal, Pau Cubarsí. Pedri hasn't started the last couple matches. Gavi's on the team. Dani Olmo's on the team. Fermin Lopez would be if he hadn't got injured. Basically, the Spain national team is half Barca players, and it's the first time, I think ever, that a Spanish national team has no Real Madrid players. So I love the Spain national team. I love Lamine Yamal. But I'm also a huge Messi guy. Obviously, the Barca connections. As we've discussed, Messi was really kind to my son. So I either get Lamine Yamal winning a World Cup at 19 and probably the Ballon d'Or, or I get Messi winning back-to-back World Cups, dude. I cannot wait for Sunday. I don't even know what to root for.
I mean, really, what are you going to root for? Have
know.
you seen that meme?
I don't know.
Forgot what movie it's from, but you have the guy who is standing on two motorcycles. You got one leg on the other one, one leg on the other one. It says, hey, this is Barcelona fans this weekend because you got Spain with Lamine Yamal, and then you got Argentina with Lionel Messi. But here's the thing.
You know who I am? I'm Richard Williams watching Serena and Venus play at Wimbledon final for the first time.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like as like an emotional level. Who's going to win? Because I don't have a way to... I understand that Argentina is going to play physical and more dirty and that the ref is going to impact that. I understand that Spain's going to control the tempo and have the ball more. I understand that the better team is absolutely Spain, but Argentina's been the worst team on several of these matches, and they've just conjured this magic. Who do you like in this game?
I like Spain. I'm going with Spain for obvious reasons.
Oh, yeah, the bet.
Because I have the rooting interest.
Bet.
But even without that, though, I mean, Spain's conceded just one goal for this entire FIFA World Cup. And when you look at Messi, I don't know if you saw that moment. I'm actually meant to send it to you. I'm sure you already saw it. But there was there's a moment with Lionel Messi and Jude Bellingham when Jude Bellingham was kind of trash-talking him a little bit, and Messi gives him that look. And from that point on, I was like, dude, it's over for you, bro. So my point is...
Put his lip...
kind of
the nod.
The lip, kind of nod, like, okay. And after that, Messi did Messi things, and he was absolutely inevitable. I hope that Spain doesn't piss off Messi. But the thing is, Argentina, they've had long stretches where they haven't looked like the best team on the pitch. And
I know, and they still win.
They still win.
I mean,
Spain's been so good. The defense, I think this is, as our good friend Greg Vandy said, as he told you, that this is a passing of the torch, hopefully, of the Messi era to Lamine Yamal. As a Barca fan, you couldn't be more happy about it. But I mean, in your heart, in that heart of yours,
I don't know.
If I cut you open,
I don't know.
You don't know?
Here's what I think. I was telling a buddy, because I feel such a connection to Barcelona, and that would largely be Spain because Messi is the ultimate Barca player, and because of a personal interaction Henry had with him, I'm just going to turn it on. I'm going to be in Big Sur, I guess. We'll be driving up to sort of some college visits from Maddie and a vacation. I'm just going to see who I'm... You know how sometimes you're watching a match and you just find out who you're rooting for? That's usually when I'm agnostic. In this case, I don't know who's I want more. But I'll be thrilled either way.
Yeah, I think you should root for Spain. I mean, who might I tell you to root for? I think you should root for Spain. You may tell you why?
Yeah.
Because Messi, the legacy's cemented. He's the GOAT. He's the GOAT of all GOAT. The only debate is to who's the best, the second best soccer player. So he's already has that. I mean, how much would it really elevate him to win another World Cup? I mean, it would, for sure.
I do like how much it would break Ronaldo.
It would break Ronaldo.
Honest. Yeah.
But
I love that.
Here's the thing, though. Mbappe has his one World Cup.
Yep.
Lamine Yamal, if he's going to enter that territory with the Messi, he needs the one. Might as well get that first one out of the way when you're in your teens, like Mbappe did, and just about stacking Champions Leagues, maybe adding more World Cups down the line. But if Lamine Yamal is the best player for Spain, or he has a big magical moment, he scores a goal, he creates a goal, something like that, he's already the most hyped up player at his age, and he's supposed to be the next phenom, the next prodigy.
He's so good, dude.
If you lock up a World Cup title for Spain, it would just be the second in their country's history.
2010.
We could be talking about, hey, this is a guy who's got all-time great status. Maybe Lamine Yamal could find a way to get to Messi's level. And the only way you can do it is if what?
Yeah, even if he got to 2.
Yeah, Messi's out of, but at least you could start the path where there's enough age, there's enough time in front of him. He's got the accomplishments.
The thing about Messi is he's such a great human on top of being a great player that I'm good. Yeah, and I love Lamine. I'm good either way.
I hope they recreate the scene from the meme where he's baptizing him. Just recreate it.
If you guys haven't seen,
would that be hilarious? Just recreate
that Messi literally bathed Lamine Yamal for a UNICEF thing 19 years ago, 18 and a half years ago. It's crazy, dude.
Imagine if you told Messi that day, like, hey, you're going to see this kid in like 20 years. He's going to be staying between you and a second World Cup.
There's a connection. I don't know what the magic is. It's real. Because I told this story, but I'll say it again. Messi just came down, talked to Henry, signed his jersey at an LAFC game, and Henry went from being, trying to figure out how to play soccer because he had just started to bending balls around people and scoring wonder goals. There's a magic to Messi that's real. There's also a magic, and this is also real, to the hero of the day. And we're going to reveal that magical winner next on DMAC and Reiter. What up? Welcome back into the show. He is Doug McCain. I am Bill Reiter. That makes this DMAC and Reiter, presented by DTLA Law Group on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA sports. Accident or injury, visit calldowntown.com. Or you can text injury help to 40222. Dude, looking forward to a little Monster Jam. Let's go. As soon as this is over,
Could be hype, dude.
I'll be listening to the James Coe show.
Yes.
Driving with Lori and the kiddos and my daughter's boyfriend, Tyler. Let's get it.
Man, they're going to have a great night.
Can't wait.
Explosive.
Let's get it.
Monster night.
Here we go. Over under, you asleep 8 p.m.
Man, I might, honestly, I'm not a guy that really gets that tired, but I think it might just hit me just now.
Bro, you put in the work, dude. You've flown around the country.
I mean, you know what sleeper now is that Dodgers offense, right?
No. 1-0 Yankees in the 6th.
It's an encouraging start by Roki, though.
Dude, you took it out of my, you took the words out of my brain. Apparently, I need to sleep too. Roki Sasaki, 5 2/3 innings, one run, not earned. It was not a home run, obviously, or else it would have been earned. 5 Ks, only 5 hits, walked 1 person. So that's what's up with the defense, dude? Another unearned run.
Wow. I mean, it's not good. I mean, we saw that sloppy defense in the Diamondback series, and that's something the Dodgers have done on the margins this year. They have really improved their chances of finishing with the best record as they've had really, really good defense all season long. So you hate to see that. Curious to see when it occurred.
Yeah, I don't have the details yet. I do have the details, though, on the most...
Oh, it was a pass ball by Rushing.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So...
That's your guy. That's the guy that you said is perfect in every way.
Was my guy before the
I
year.
heard you say
No,
it to
Love you, Russian.
Ryan Ward.
Yes. Look, I listened to that interview,
Was
man.
I unfair to you?
No, he really, by the way, he really liked the question about the laying down the bunt.
Did he
Like, yeah,
really?
you could just hear him thinking, like,
Did he
it's
laugh
just
at-
fun. Like, he
Yeah.
laughed. Yeah. And my favorite part is his response to you when he said that I hope that you bunt right back to the pitcher and you pop out right
He
to the
did.
pitcher. So, yeah, that was really cool, man. Yeah.
It was a great interview. That was a great subject change. It's DMAC and Ryder on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA sports. Hero of the day. You ready?
Yeah.
Ohtani's spin doctors win the day. Barely beat out East Coast DMAC and Ryder fans. 29% of the vote. By the way, DMAC's friend Tom Brady also got 27% of the vote. It was so close.
Tommy. I call him Tommy now.
Tommy, your boy?
Yeah, Tommy.
T-Dog?
Yeah, T-Dog. T-Deezy.
T-Deezy.
Yeah. What up,
T-Deezy?
T-Deezy?
Ohtani's spin doctors on his knee, if you don't know. Ohtani was going to have his knee drained, but that was a whole bunch of hooey.
Should I get wallets made of my bad Tom Brady picture because I totally ruined the best opportunity to take a picture with Tom Brady? I just flubbed it.
Wallet photos?
Just wallets, just to give out to people, maybe, like how you do with your kids.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
You never.
Oh, there's the photo on the stream with the fan.
You never
LA.
heard wallets? Yeah.
No.
Look at that. That's a great. I look pretty good in that picture.
I mean, we can see
the 10% of me.
A third of your right eye.
A third of my right eye, and Tom Brady kind of blurry, looking down, and the bodyguards. I feel like that. See that hand by the bodyguard? That
Yeah.
I feel like that's very like
No, that's
get
for you.
away from him.
No, that's for you.
Yeah, it was for me, right? Yeah.
How many times have you had a bodyguard take you down? I got 2.
2?
Yeah.
Really? I got punched by a bouncer. Does that count?
Yeah, I think it does.
Okay, so there's one.
Did you deserve it?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah, I did.
Details unnecessary.
That'd be top 5. That'd be a bottom 5 one day.
The last time I was at the LAFC game where Henry eventually met Messi, and this is the first Messi LAFC game where Messi walked over to talk to, I think it was Owen Wilson, not Paul Rudd. It was one of the Marvel people. And he was in the box with us because friends of ours had these amazing seats, and they were gracious enough to invite us. And Henry made his way to Messi and met him. But there were people jumping down from the stands who weren't supposed to be there. And you know Messi's famous bodyguard guy that's always... A guy was running to see Messi, and I was between the guard. I was in between the bodyguard and the guy, and the bodyguard reached across me, grabbed the guy by the neck, and basically moved it and like clotheslined me with his arm and just knocked me over.
Wow.
It was a scrum of people.
That's-
Wasn't us?
Wow. Did you say Owen Wilson, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a good.
Wow.
I didn't know what it was.
That's pretty crazy stuff.
It took me down.
Yeah, you
But
felt
Henry
the force.
but Henry
it's a good bodyguard too, though.
He's
They're always
a great
alert.
bodyguard.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I got I'm sorry, but I wasn't sure the pain and the shock of the. What's the bouncer story? Do you want to tell it?
Well, I mean, I actually didn't really. I wasn't I actually got punched for something that my friend did. I was just trying to defend my friend,
Okay.
basically. Yeah, basically.
You got punched by a bodyguard.
Yeah.
In the face?
Not really. Just kind of like it was like a push shove
Yeah.
like thing. Yeah. It got a little.
You're
a little
a strong guy.
Oh yeah, not
Was he
strong as a
stronger?
bodyguard. He was a big dude. Yeah, we were just trying to fight to get back into a bar that we had been removed from because of me. If I go out, I typically don't get super wasted at all.
Not my
right?
experience with you.
Yeah, I
We've
mean,
only hung out once.
Or I mean, I like to keep it cool. But some of my friends were. I was trying to get them back in. But good times, just doing their job. Can't be mad.
Great story.
Yeah. I just felt like there could be some legal ramifications.
Very encouraging by Roki, by the way. I know there's a long ways to go, and there's a lot of things happening in this Dodgers season. It would be nice if they didn't lose what would be, their fourth game in a row?
Yeah, you got to find a way to come back and win this one. You got to set the tone because this is a 9-game road trip for this Dodgers team. You got 11.5 game 11.5 game lead in the National League West. You want to build some momentum. This is winning time. This feels like this is the third season, right? Spring training, it's first half. This is the third season. This is the start of the second half of the season when you really have to dial everything in, and you want to get off to a great start against that Yankees team.
Garrett Cole still in the game, 6 innings, 3 hits, no base on balls, 8 Dodgers he has fanned. Here's something also interesting. Sasaki pitching really, really well. That makes for an interesting DMAC apology to Jeff Passan if, in fact, Argentina wins
That's a good point.
the World Cup. Yeah.
I like that.
I mean,
maybe I'm not apologizing to anyone.
No, you are.
Okay.
And it'll be my word, so I think I'll find a way for you to still... Because his take was Roki... I can't remember. Roki's not
I think
very
I'm rooting
good.
for Spain. I think I'm rooting harder for Spain to win this Sunday than... I would rather have Spain win this Sunday than the Dodgers win the next 50 World Series. I need Spain. I need Spain to win, dude. I need Spain to win.
You're definitely... What was that? I didn't quite catch it.
Spain! I need Spain to win, dude.
You didn't throw I would do it, but my voice is about to go. We have 2 minutes,
No,
and my
I've
voice
seen that,
has 1 minute
I've
left
seen that
in it.
reel a million times. Spain, baby!
Spain, baby!
So I wonder what that means for the nice one, the fan. I think Brock said if Argentina wins, he wins, I believe. Are you still a contender? No.
Don't care.
You don't care. Okay.
Oh, I do
you don't
care.
want the trophy?
Sorry, I care a lot. I don't think so because I had England.
Okay.
Yeah.
Had
There
Brazil.
were a lot of those Alex had a lot of those sheets for a while, but they vanished.
Yeah, I guess the buzz is not the same. Everyone's teams are going out.
It won't be the same next week without you because we're going to be on vacation. We're going to be. By the way, James Coe, who's coming up in just a few minutes, James Coe show. Dude, that guy's really good.
Yeah, I love James
Really
Coe.
like his show, and he is filling in next week for us. Now, Bursch told me that it's not the James Coe show; it's the Bursch and Co show. But we're gonna have a talk with Bursch about that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we're gonna have to have a big talk about that.
Bursch, why aren't you on vacation next week? We're off. You could.
It's going to the Philippines for 10 years, right?
Yeah. I need to save my vacation time for the second half of August.
Okay.
I'll be gone. Yeah.
And you're taking off that week too. One of those weeks.
Yeah, the 15th through the 21st.
I'm
Something
gonna
like
miss
that.
you then too, man.
Yeah.
You know what? I might just take that week off out of just emotional distress.
Can't do it, Captain.
Can't be around you.
I can't.
What will be your game time vibe? Are you gonna be are you going to a party for the World Cup? Are you gonna be at the house? You hang out with the fam?
I'm gonna be somewhere with the fan early before the game starts. After that, though, I'll probably just watch the game at my spot. Maybe we're gonna be probably by the beach. Might find a spot. Any good?
Is it a secret spot?
Yeah.
Are you coming to Manhattan Beach?
I think so. Yeah.
So I'm leaving town. That's when you come to the South Bay.
Yeah.
I see.
That's strategic. Trust me.
I mean, where would I watch? It's not. You probably got to be more on the North End. And
It's one of those
spots.
games. It's one of those games where you got to be at your crib. You got to lock in every. I have an extreme rooting interest in this game. I mean, so I'm
should
going to
hang
be
out with Raj, dude.
Yeah.
Raj Groves,
Oh, I know.
Raj
He's
from
Mr. World Cup, dude. I love that.
Dude, he's a fun hang. Great guy, knows everybody, has a great soccer crew.
I got Spain winning 2-0. 2-0. I'm going to throw it out there.
I think so. You noted that Spain has only given up a single goal against. It was against Belgium, and it was on a set play on a header. I think there's no way Argentina doesn't score. I think Messi scores. I think it's a. Have you seen I think it's 3-2 Spain. Have you seen the crazy thing where somebody from 2015 or 16 on X said, "You heard it here first. Messi beat Spain for a second World Cup, 3-2."
Yeah, when I read that tweet, what do you think went off of my brain? I was like,
simulation.
Bill Reiter saying we're living in a simulation. So
that's what it feels
that's
like.
the first thing I thought when I read that tweet. I saw that. So yeah,
it's
that's
very
great
weird.
stuff. And you also do. You got Justin Bieber, BTS. You got Shakira halftime.
Oh, is there a I don't care about that.
That's gonna be great.
Do you have the fever?
I
The
still have
Bieber
the fever. Yeah,
Bieber
never been
or
cured.
Shakira?
I'll
Shakira.
go
Shakira.
I'll go Bieber.
Really?
Yeah.
I like the Biebs.
Yeah.
He looks a little older than he used to.
Yeah.
We all age.
I guess Father Time's undefeated.
He really is. You know, so are you. And being a great guy. He is Doug McCain. I am Bill Reiter. Have a wonderful weekend. Thank you for hanging out with us here on the show. Go Spain. Go Argentina. Go Soccer. What a tournament it's been. Hope you enjoy the final. And we'll see you in a week and a half. Remember, James Coe coming up. James Coe Show in mere moments. He's filling for us next week. And on behalf of Doug, thank you so much for making this show and this station what it is. Have a great weekend. This is DMAC and Reiter.